Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Early County, Georgia. Actually, Blakely, Georgia, on the campus of Early County High School, where the Tigers get set to take on the Early County Bobcats for the seventh time in the history of these two high school teams. The Tigers hold a 4-2 advantage over the Early County Bobcats. They won a exciting game, a thriller. Last time they were over here 3 years ago, 57-49, a shootout, high-scoring affair. The last team with the ball won. Of course, the year before that, Early County came to Eufaula and defeated the Tigers 28-3. So overall, it's been a fairly, even though the Tigers own a 4-2 advantage in the win column, it's been fairly even as far as the scoring is concerned. Eufaula has scored 151 points in their 4 wins. Early County has scored 161 points in their 2 victories. So these teams probably know each other well because all the Eufaula Tigers and the Early County Bobcats that played Pee Wee football played each other each year in Pee Wee football. I'm joined by Charles and Doug, of course, tonight, and Charles sitting beside of me. He's very familiar with these Bobcats over here. We've been coming over this way for about 25 years with the Pee Wee football team. So Early County in Southwest Georgia takes their football seriously. Football is very important to them, and they have a good team this year. They come into this game 7-1 overall. They have 1 game left next week, but they suffered their first loss of the season last week. But Early County will win their region and be the first team in the playoffs, the first-rated team out of this region in the playoffs. So Eufaula overall 6-2 on the season. As we said, this will wrap them up. The Tigers will be off next week before hosting the playoff game at Tiger Stadium in 2 weeks. As we mentioned last night on the Coaches Show, there will be no video on our broadcast in 2 weeks when the Tigers host that first-round playoff game. We really don't know exactly who it'll be. We'll try to bring you updates between Faith Academy and UMS Wright tonight. Most people are projecting it will be Faith Academy. But either way, the only way that you'll see that game, as we mentioned last night, will be if you attend the game at Tiger Stadium or if you subscribe to the NFHS network. It's fairly reasonably priced if you wanted to watch that ball game next or in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tonight, November 4th, between the Tigers and whoever comes calling from Mobile. But tonight, the Tigers want to finish off the regular season on a winning note. As I said, this has been a very competitive game over the years. The score through 7 games through 6 games is virtually even, and the Tigers do hold the 4-2 advantage. But Coach Jernigan last night talked about the fact that this team runs the ball a lot, so we may see a little quicker game if they keep the ball on the ground. You won't see a lot of clock stoppages with incomplete passes, and we will maybe see the game conclude quicker than typical. It will be earlier than normal unless there's overtimes, because we are going to start 30 minutes early tonight as we're across the river in Georgia, and on Eastern time it'll be a 6:30 Central kickoff here from Blakely.
This week, Keith, when you look at the injuries, and it's one of those games. I hate to hear people say it doesn't matter, but it really doesn't matter. It does not matter to Early County, other than the record. What happens tonight, it does not happen. It does not matter on the Eufaula side. It does not affect anything to do with the playoffs. Ours has already been determined. It doesn't come down to a tiebreaker or anything like that. So this one's just kind of for pride, and like you talked about, Charles, and you both have been down here coaching Pee Wee before. These guys know each other. They played each other. Our coach has played in this rivalry over the years, and so that'll go a long way here tonight. We do know that we're still going to be down 1, possibly 2 running backs tonight, and we're going to be without. We were told that Ben Holloway has got the flu and will not be starting at right tackle tonight. Filling in for him is going to be Brody Sharpie, number 58, is what we're told. So he's very capable of filling in, and we'll see how that goes. Keith, I remember, I guess it was 2019 we were over here. It was like a tennis match, back and forth, with all the scoring going on. I don't think it'll be that tonight.
No, it's not likely, but Early County has scored some points this year. They opened up the year scoring 52 against Miller County on the road. But other than that, they scored 40 against Baconton Charter. Not familiar with that school at all. 46 against Randolph Clay, 30, and then of course 21-19, 27-7. So we're going to pause, take a commercial break during the playing of our national anthem. We'll be back in just a moment.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820.
We're back in Blakely. As we're counting down the kickoff between the Bobcats and the Tigers, both teams have made their way back into the locker room. And we're just waiting on kickoff here. We've had the national anthem. We've had the introduction of the seniors. It's senior night here. For Early County, their final regular season home game. Of course, as we said, they are the number one team in their region. They'll be hosting a first-round playoff game here in a couple of weeks themselves, as will Eufaula. And, of course, before the break, we mentioned that Eufaula will be at home November 4th for the first-round game. And if you missed it last night or earlier, we want to make sure everyone is aware that we will not be we'll have an audio broadcast, but no video broadcast 2 weeks from tonight for the first round of the playoffs in Eufaula. But it is available on NFHS Network. So, Doug, I think we can't say that enough tonight because inevitably we're going to have people texting us next week.
Absolutely.
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks, they'll definitely do it. And it's not our rule, it's a state rule. So it's not a whole lot we can do about it. It's just the way it is. The station owns the rights. One of the TV stations that bids on it gets it for the state, and they really don't cover our area until towards the end of playoffs area, but they do a lot up north. So not a whole lot we can do about it. I don't know. Charles will have his hands full running a computer, or maybe we can get us a sideline reporter or something for that first playoff game. We'll see what we can work out.
Yeah, maybe so. Our sideline reporter to be was is indisposed for the foreseeable future. So we'll see what we can do for that 2 weeks from tonight. But Eufaula, we're in the red pants, white jerseys, red numerals tonight. And Early County, for those of you who are not familiar, they look an awful lot like Notre Dame. The gold pants, the dark navy jerseys, and the gold domes, the gold headgear. So awful lot like Notre Dame.
And a lot of folks confused because they Georgia, just the state and the sizes of the school, they do a little different with their classifications. Early County is a smaller classification over here in Georgia, but there's a lot more students, a lot more population in Georgia. When you actually look at the population of the 4 grades 9 through 12 in school, Eufaula and Early County are very compatible, very close in numbers. If Early County was in Alabama, they would probably be a 5A school. So even though they're different because of the states, the size of the schools, and it's a very good matchup.
Oh, yeah, it is. And it was very even years ago in Pee Wee. I have lost touch with it of recent, of late. I don't know how close those games are now, but year in and year out, it typically came down between Blakely and Eufaula in the Pee Wee Championship. So the captains for tonight are number 12, Browning Anderson, number 8, Kenobi Young, number 5, we saw him carry the ball quite a bit last week, Javarius Washington, and number 27, Zion Williams. So, Doug, I think that's a different group of captains than we've had this year.
I think so, and it's senior night for Early County. I'm not exactly sure. That's they're kind of offset with their seniors over there by 5 yards, but it is senior night here at Early County. So they went through all the pregame stuff before we came on the air. So it's a big night for them. This I'm not sure if they play a game next week, if it's here or not. But
it's on the road.
If it's on the road, they're leading their region, so they'll obviously host a playoff game here. I started to say it could be the last time they play on this field, so they'll be up for that. But similar to Eufaula last week, the seniors will have another chance at playing at home. Tigers are making their way down from the locker room and now getting behind the sign. They have a long hike here. Reminds us of Hueytown, how far they have to go to the dressing room here at Early County.
Oh, you had to bring up Hueytown. There's a coin toss. They actually tossed it on the ground. So they've been over and they checked it, and it looks like they're looking to Early County. Now they're looking to Eufaula. Can't interpret it. Yeah, Early County won the toss. And we yet to see what they've decided to do here. Eufaula will be going from right to left as we view the field, and Eufaula will receive. So apparently Early County deferred.
I hope that's not a sign of things to come. And that was a very indecisive moment there. Took a second for him to figure out exactly which way to get everybody going. But like you said, I guess that would be east to west as we view the field from the visitor side here tonight. Nice field, plenty of room on the sidelines, track all the way around the field. So we'll see. This we talked about before we came on. Traditionally, Charles has talked about it. Officiating's never really been a problem here. It's always seemed to have been right down the middle. It's not always the case when teams go across state lines. Eufaula's had some strange games in Columbus before, but this one here has always been pretty good.
That's right. Of course, back in the 80s, that was a staple of Eufaula's schedule, was traveling to Columbus and having Columbus schools travel to Eufaula, but that doesn't happen anymore. But I think it was after we had all graduated, but I think it was the 86 football season. I think one of those, 86 or 87, they actually brought the Eufaula team out of the locker room and allowed the other team to kick a field goal to win a football game after time it's expired. So that's the kind of things that happen sometimes when you cross the state lines.
That is actually in a book of top 10 strangest games in Alabama history. I think Ron Ingram was the author of that book, but it details that particular game out of all the games over the years. That's one of the strange games in Alabama. Yeah. Coach Woodham can sure tell you about it.
Yeah, I was not in attendance at that game that night, but I listened to it on the radio. And, there were not a lot of happy people wearing red and white that night. And that was one of those games, Doug, that, just like this one tonight, didn't count for anything. Not a region game. It was just a mark in the win or loss column. And but it's important because you don't want to win them all. So, Eufaula does they deploy their kickoff return team. As we said, they will be receiving to our right, as you can see it on the screen. Not quite as important for us to describe it to you, since you can see it as well. But not to beat a dead horse, but 2 weeks from tonight, you will not see it unless you subscribe to NFHS.
Folks, that's something that's been kind of difficult for us to get used to this year too. It's one thing to do radio and try to describe radio for so many years, and then when you actually have video, it's great for us because you actually get to see some of the things that we see sometimes when we have the video, but we forget you're looking at the same thing we're looking at sometimes, so we get repetitious on our description there.
Well, it's hard to break old habits, Doug. You know, there is a difference in radio play-by-play and obviously television play-by-play, but we kind of stick with our normal style for the most part. Ball's on the tee, straightaway kicker. It's away. It's a short kick. It's going to come down and just be fielded right there. He's going to get hit unnecessarily because he went to the ground and fielded it at the 30-yard line, it looks like. And he got up and took a hit when it was unnecessary because the ball was dead right there.
NFL rules there is he was able to get up, and I'm not sure if he went a yard forward or a yard backwards, but Tigers will start at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Tigers will come out with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield behind Cotton, and we did not check that number, cannot see it from here.
It's the young guy we had last week. Is that Moss? Or
that's Washington, I believe.
Washington, yes.
Delayed count for Eufaula. Cotton takes it, looking to throw on 1st down. He throws a go route down the sideline. Great catch by Tron Mitchell. He went up high pointed that football in 35. Bobcat territory, and it was good for 25 yards from the 30 to the 45-yard line. Great way to open it up.
Yeah.
So it's a good throw from Cotton and a very good catch from Mitchell, who has really become a threat for the Tigers this year through the air. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of Early County. Cotton takes. He gives it to Washington. Washington running hard, but he's going to be brought down just behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to, I believe, give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be no gain on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Washington really showed an extra gear last week when he can get the corner, but he's not a big fella. He finds that running up inside tough.
So 2nd and 10 from the 45.
Nobody back deep.
Yeah. All 11 men within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete, just a little behind Anderson. I thought it might be intercepted there, and the ball hit the ground. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Cotton had to throw that ball before Anderson made his turn, and it's a good thing the defender wasn't looking because I'm not so sure that didn't hit right in his ear hole in the side of his helmet. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
It'll be the pistol formation and stacked receivers to the near side here. Anderson and Slaughter stacked to the wide side left. Mitchell to the right. Now motion from Slaughter back to the inside, making it a slot to the left. Cotton looking to the left. Now he's going to flush to the right. He has one receiver there. It's deep. He throws it late. Mitchell was waving for the ball. I don't know if Cotton could have gotten it to him. He was behind the defense, but he tried to hit Anderson, dragging across the field. It's going to be incomplete in a 4th down punting situation for the Tigers. Tell you what, Doug, a 25-yard completion on the game's first play, and then no gain, incomplete.
Yeah, it started out like deja vu from, I guess, 3 years ago or whatever it was we were over here, but it came to stop quick. They're definitely going to make Cotton beat them passing the ball because they're putting everybody up on the line of scrimmage and trying to get to him before he can throw it. Nobody back deep.
Nobody deep. Low snap. Anderson gets it away. The ball's going to hit about the 17-yard line. It takes a Eufaula bounce. Once again, the ball just kind of dies right there, but it's going to be around the 12-yard line where Early County will take over. 1st and 10.
He just can't seem to get that forward roll. I'm not sure what it is, but
it'd be great if you're just trying to kill it down deep because it does. It just dies when it hits.
Well, still got him backed up deep. Look for Eufaula to come out in a 5 or 6 man front is what I was told we were running at practice this week. Was going to try to stop that potent run game of the Bobcats.
We were told it would be a single wing, but they do have a quarterback under center. one back in the backfield. They're going to hand it to that back. He's going to break the line of scrimmage. He's in the secondary. It's going to be actually a good job by Tony Coleman coming off the block and making a touchdown-saving tackle up around the 40-yard line. But my goodness, it's 28 yards on the game's first play. So, Doug, that's a little symmetry there. 25 yards on Eufaula's first play, 28 yards for Early County.
Yeah, they just ran it right off tackle and split our guys on that side, and it was big yardage. Good run by number 2 for them. Got them all the way out, like I said, to the 40-yard line is where they spotted at.
Number 2 this is Jeremiah Hutchins, a senior. This is a wide receiver. Tight formation once again, actually a double wing motion. They're going to hand it to 2, sweeping the left side. He gets the corner. He's in the open field again. He's down the sidelines. LaCaviante Pugh playing on the defensive side of the ball, able to force him out of bounds, but not until he gets into Tiger territory again at the 35-yard line. So 25 yards. So very quickly, 53 yards rushing for Early County in 2 plays.
Well, that's not a good sign for our defense, Keith, and I hate to be the one to say it, but it's not a big secret. Our defense is not it just seems like we're giving up more points and more yardage as the season goes on instead of getting better.
So tight formation again. They're going to shift the player over to the right side. They shift the man back into the backfield. But strong side right, they'll hand it off to the single back that was lined up behind the quarterback to the right side. He's going to pick up 4 yards. Better job by the Tiger defense that time, slowing down number 47 of Early County, holding him to a 4-yard gain.
Williams on the carry 4 yards. I'm not sure he ever touched the ground. He actually was laying on the Eufaula folks, but actually they marked that way on out there, Keith. That's about a 6-yard gain the way they got it marked.
Well, I guess they marked. He did not get down. We thought he got to the 35-yard line. That was actually a 22-yard gain on the previous play. So, yes, you're right. 6 yards on that play, so 2nd and 4. That was big. Williams, a sophomore, listed at 220 pounds at fullback. It'll be him once again, straight up the middle. He's going to take it. He's going to fall into around the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot him down. That'll be another 6-yard gain for Early County and another first down. Their third of this possession. All on the ground, 4 runs, 28, 22, 6, and 6.
It'll be a long night when you got a 5-man front and they run it right down your throat like that. You've always got to start making some adjustments up there. And they're not really picking on one side or the other or running away from Yonze or anything like we've seen in the past. They're just going wherever they want to go. There's some kind of delay here. The head official said something to number 2. He started to go out. Now number 3's going out of the game. Nobody's come in yet. There's no play clocks here. He must be giving them extra time. He's going to set the clock now, but not sure what that was all about, but it's 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Unbalanced line to the left for Early County. They're going to send motion to the left. They're going to run the jet sweep around the end. They make the corner once again, running in the open field. There's a flag that came down behind the play. So this may be it's actually going to be the first penalty of the night, but it may go against Early County, you would expect, on the corner as
whatever Rehoboth did last week to seal the corner on us, Early County has definitely copied, and they're getting that corner. I guess that was hold. It's the other way, but it's going to go against the Bobcats. Actually, that's a spot foul, and it's 15 yards down the field, so they'll get first down over again, but it'll probably be first and about 5 or 6.
So it goes back. I think they snapped that ball from the 25-yard line. It's going to be back to the 28. So call it 1st and 13.
We're not real high here. It's hard to see the spots on the side, but we'll get it the best we can for you.
Kind of looking through dirty windows also. Handoff to the big back, Williams, and for the first time tonight, Tigers are going to force a negative yardage play. The first player back there is Jaquavius Moss. He was the first, but he had a lot of help. And that play loses 2 yards back to the 30-yard line. So It'll be 2nd down and 15. And Doug, the running game is great as long as you stay on schedule and stay ahead of the chains. But now on 2nd and 15, we'll see what the Bobcats dial up.
Makes it a little difficult when you get behind the down in yardage. We'll see here. They picked up big yardage around the ends.
They will hand it on a kind of a cross buck action and good pursuit from inside Jaquavius Moss. He had a big game last week for Eufaula against Rehoboth, and already 2 good plays here back to back. A tackle for loss, and he held that play to about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 13. 3rd and 13. We've yet to see Early County put the ball in the air. They have 6 running plays. Actually, they've called 7 running plays. They did have the holding penalty on 1. They've moved the ball from their 12-yard line now down to the Eufaula 28.
Could be 4-down territory, too, kind of where they are on the field.
So 60 yards already of offense. They're going to hand it on the jet sweep. They seal the corner once again, and they get down around the 20-yard line. That first down is right around the 20. Actually, I guess it's going to be around the 15, so he's going to be short, about 5 yards short of his first down. So 4th down and 5 after the 8-yard gain. As Doug mentioned, we are not nearly as high as we normally are. These bleachers are probably, 10 at the best, maybe 10 rows high, and we're just a little above that.
A long time here as they huddle up. Like we said, no play clocks here, but they got to be getting close to a delay.
So a bunch receiver set to the right. The wide side of the field is to the right. Quarterback will take it. He'll throw a pass. It's complete. It's going to be a situation where he's going to get his first down inside the 15. We gave too big of a cushion that time as they needed 5 yards, and we tried to make sure we made the tackle, which was a good thing to prevent the touchdown, but we gave up the first down. So 3rd and 15, Early County picks up 16 yards in 2 plays, and they move the chains for their 4th first down of this initial possession for them. So they're 1 for 1 through the air. They needed 5. They got 6. And it's 1st and 10, Early County from the 14-yard line of Eufaula. One man goes wide left. The first time they've split someone out wide to the left as they've kept everything in tight so far. They're going to run the inside counter play, and the Keviante Pugh comes across and makes a tackle after a short gain. That gain is about 4 yards down to the 10-yard line. So 2nd down, call it 6 yards to go from the 10-yard line. You've all ball just inside the 10-yard line. Unbalanced line to the right, which is going to be the wide side of the field. They actually have a receiver and 2 blocking backs to the right. It's just a direct snap on the Wildcat. Cutting back inside, it's going to be a touchdown for Early County as he got into the end zone. And Early County, a very nice opening drive, Doug. All on the ground except for that one completion on 4th down. And Early County scores first in this game.
Nice touchdown run. Keith, I don't know what it is, but the last few weeks, we're not moving somebody to the outside or something. We are giving up the outside on every play. It was Rehoboth, and now here on this drive tonight, they can just pick the spot they want to run outside, and we can't seem to turn them back in.
Kick is up, and it's good. Not very tall goalpost here tonight, but the ball was well above the top of the uprights, but it was down the middle and good. So a 10-play, 91-yard drive by Early County. Only 3:49 left in the first quarter, and they take a 7-0 lead. So though there's been one possession for both teams, and there's only 3:49 left in the first quarter.
4 plays for the Tigers and 9 plays for actually 10 plays for the Bobcats on that scoring drive. So we'll see as they'll kick off. They didn't kick it very deep last time. Tigers had 1 good play, and it's kind of stalled after that. But the defense needs to come over here and get under this big red tent and figure out how to stop them from getting to the outside, because that really killed us on that drive.
Well, like I said, 10-play, 91-yard drive, 9 runs, 1 pass, 6 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. It was a 10-yard touchdown run by Samarian Stapleton. He's listed as a running back, 6 foot, 165-pound senior, and he took it in from 10 yards out, and on 2nd down and 6, and Early County leads 7-0.
Number 33 teed it up, but actually number 57 is going to handle kicking off again.
Straightaway kicker, he kicks it deeper this time. End over end will come down just inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be Tony Coleman, has some running room around the near side. He's down the sidelines. He takes a big hit by the kicker up around the 47-yard line. They do throw a flag, and I think it may be.
I think it's going to be, well, it could be a sideline warning on us, but they threw it right after he got up and kind of celebrated a little bit too much for that hit. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a personal foul, maybe because he was celebrating a little too much, or if it could be a sideline warning possibly against the Tigers.
The kicker, which is not your normal kicker,
there's more flags, I think, Keith, back at the 25-yard line. So that may. Is that flags? Or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I saw him discussing something with the other official that was on the far side of the field. So there may be multiple.
I see it. It looks like a yellow flag at the 45-yard line across just on the other side of the hash mark, if that's.
Well,
the flag he threw here was a pink flag.
Pink or red flag, yeah.
But B. Anthony Wade, listed as a defensive tackle for them, a junior, 6'1", 255. Is the one who made the big hit on the sideline on Tony Coleman. They called a penalty on Eufaula, but I'm not sure if that's the only one or not. There was a penalty. They're going to call targeting on Early County. Now that's a starting. I guess in high school it's different. Those penalties offset. They're going to replay the down. They're going to replay it. That's unfortunate because Eufaula was going to have really good starting field position up around the 47-yard line. We'll see where they end up now.
Well, we'll see if the Bobcats have scouted the Tigers, because we've talked about it all year. I don't think we've returned to the opposite side of the field yet. A lot of people kick away from us, but the Tigers are going to return it to the home side every time, as they did that time, and he was only a step or two from slipping up the sideline and breaking that one. So
in high school football, if you get 2 targeting penalties or 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, are you ejected?
I know in basketball you can't. The second unsportsmanlike, I think you're gone. I'm not sure. It seems like it used to be. If you get 2, I don't know. They're stopping play here as Early County coach is trying to relay something. I'm telling you, not having play clocks is going to be big tonight. There was a couple of times on their drive I think should have been delayed, but maybe I thought he was saying something about where the ball was teed. It looks like it's fine to me. I'm not sure. It was a little different. Number 33 actually tees it up, but the big guy, I think it was 71, is the kicker. They're looking. They keep looking to the Eufaula sideline. Now they're looking back to Early County. I have no idea, folks. You can see it. Not sure what's going on, what the problem is. Eufaula's lined up, ready to go.
I don't know either. It is kind of unusual how 33 looks like a kicker, but he stands there and puts the ball on the tee, and then he goes over about
57, the guy that made the big hit.
Yeah, he's a defensive tackle, 255 pounds. He kicks it. This time it's a low driving kick that's going to go into the end zone. So it's going to be 37 yards difference in field position in this situation for Eufaula. That is an unfortunate break.
Tigers will start back deep at their own 20. In high school, yes, it's the 20-yard line.
Eufaula would have had it at the 47-yard line before the penalties. Did not catch the penalty on Eufaula. It apparently was a block in the back or a hold or something. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Eufaula trailing 7-0. One back in the backfield behind Cotton is Washington. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Cotton calls for a delayed count. Now they're going to look at the sidelines, possibly change the play. He's up to the line of scrimmage talking to his lineman. 1st and 10 from the 20. Cotton takes a snap. He's going to play fake. He's going to roll back, go wide receiver screen. That's going to be incomplete. Intended for Tron Mitchell. It falls incomplete. Pretty good, I guess a decent traveling crowd. Not the best, but not a great home crowd for Early County either tonight.
A lot of pressure on Cotton that time. Had to get rid of it quick. Just a lot of blitzing, faking up front, trying to get the Tigers to jump. I'm sure that's probably a little bit of a problem, seeing how we've got at least one new person on the line this week.
3 straight incompletions after the 25-yard play to open up the game. Cotton looking to throw once again, climbing up the pocket, rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it out in the flat to really a Slaughter. Slaughter will have a pretty good gain. The first down would come at the 30. He's up about the 29-yard line, or right at the 30. He'll be just short, I believe, of first down.
Hey, if we had the same officials we had last week, we could just ask for a measurement. We'd probably get it. But we got it anyway. Good deal.
Okay, 10 yards on that play. It did not look like he got the 10 from here, but like I said, we're not nearly as high as we normally are. We need some Windex up here to clean these windows. There's a fade route. Anderson getting held up, and they're going to throw the flag. 31 for Early County, really hand fighting with Browning Anderson as he tried to get down the sidelines. And they will throw the flag. That should give Tigers 15 yards and another first down.
You know, in high school, Keith, that's is taught sometimes. If he wasn't beat that time, but that is one thing that you can teach. It's not a spot or anything like a college or pros. If you get beat, reach out and grab him. By all means, don't give up a touchdown. So he was not going to let Anderson get behind him on that play.
Well, we were at the 30, so we should be at the 45. So after
that's 5 yards. Oh, 15.
Yeah,
okay.
that's 15.
That's right.
After 3 plays, the Tigers are within 2 yards of where they would have been on the kickoff earlier. So good start to this possession. A couple of first downs now for the Tigers. One by pass, one by penalty, and it's 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A handoff to the back in the backfield is Washington. Washington looking to turn outside. One man slowed him down, and help arrived, and he lost 2 yards back to the 43-yard line.
Keith, watch for them to come back. That time, Anderson and I think it was Slaughter, somebody over here on the far side. We may fake that in a little bit and throw to the guys over here in front of the bench because they number 31 left them real quick. They were left all by themselves over here. So that's something the Tigers can come back to in a little bit.
And Browning Anderson looks like he has a pretty good height advantage over the cornerback over here, number 31. 2nd down and 12 from the 43. Delayed count. The Tigers are going to get 5 easy ones as a little over-eager was Early County that time. And 47 jumping into the neutral zone from his defensive end position is Charles Williams. He's listed as a linebacker running back. We've already seen him have a couple of good carries on their touchdown drive, playing both ways. So that's 2 penalties on Early County, 1 on Eufaula so far.
Now the official over the ball stepped back up and stopped and is not letting us snap it. It allowed their guy to come over and line up correctly on our double stacked receivers. But he's just standing there. Keith, I don't know. It's like a deer in headlights. He's finally the head official comes up and I guess is confirming, yeah, you got it in the right spot. Let's go.
clock was stopped during all that. It started back in motion, 2:12 and counting here in the first quarter. Tigers trailing 7-0, second possession of the night for Eufaula. Second down. Cotton their flag's gonna come out. That will actually be the first penalty that is going to be called against Eufaula. Cotton picked up 8 yards down to the 45-yard line. I'm sorry, they're going to mark him down at the 46, 7 yards. But that holding flag, unless they move it, they picked it up. It's going to be a spot foul behind the line of scrimmage.
Really unnecessary, too. We had 5 people blocking 3. And
it's going to be a big penalty. That's going to be about a 15-yard holding penalty. I incorrectly called it out earlier. It was 3 penalties against Early County for 30 yards. Yep. So second down now from the 33-yard line. The first down would come all the way down to the 45-yard line of Early County, and stoppage and play once again.
Coach Jernigan, he said something to the official. I think he was wanting to he's actually wanting to talk to the guy that's marking the ball, the guy that keeps holding up the game. I don't know. This is very strange tonight, but where that flag was thrown deep in our backfield, that's probably a correct spot. It's just I don't know, but whatever it is, our fans are not happy and don't agree with whatever's going on.
So 2nd and 20, they say. Actually, it's about 22. And now they're going to stop it again. I don't know if we're calling.
Call the timeout. He's. I don't know if it's coming from up here. Our coaches are up here close to us, but there's something that he saw that he wants an explanation on. So while we have a minute, let's take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth here in Early County. We'll be back with more Tigers after this commercial break.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820.
It's a spot foul.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel.
Okay.
Back at Early County, 2nd and 22 for the Tigers from their own 33-yard line. The Tigers actually were down to the 46-yard line of Early County. Would have been 3rd down and 1 from there after the Cotton scramble, but the holding penalty, a big one, put the Tigers well behind the chains here. Trailing 7-0 late in the first quarter, 1:42 to go in the first quarter. Tigers needing to pick up some positive yards here.
Nobody back deep. You almost want to air it out here and take a chance on a interference. They're going to drop a safety now.
Cotton takes. He's going to throw a fade route down the field. Has a man there. Tron Mitchell, 3 yards behind the defense. The ball just a little too strong. An accurate pass there, Doug, gets you 6. You might want to come back to that. He was open. He beat his man easily. Got a lot of single coverage out wide.
Yeah, they're putting that one safety right in the center of the field, and we're split so wide to each side. He really can't do a lot of help to the sidelines. He probably could over the middle. But now we're going to have 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right.
Safety will shade over to this side. So basically it's going to be single coverage once again over there. Cotton takes. He's going to get some late pressure. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to throw the ball away as he took
about a late hit.
Good hit. So it's another punting situation now for Eufaula as they trail 7-0. Early County looking to get the ball back. That was a drive-killing penalty. Doug, Tigers were in pretty good shape. Had moved from their 20 down into Early County territory. That holding penalty essentially killed the drive. So Anderson will drop back to punt the ball away. Tigers will snap it from the 33-yard line. .126, the clock is stopped here in the first quarter. High snap. A lot of pressure from Early County. Anderson gets it away. It hits at the 43. It's going to take a Eufaula bounce initially, and it's going to be down to the 35-yard line. So Early County started their 12 the first time. They'll start at the 35-yard line for their second possession, leading 7-0.
Only 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the first quarter, so a lot of time running off the clock. We'll see as the Tigers go back if they've made some adjustments and are able to stop the Bobcats from getting to the outside, because that really hurt us on the first drive.
They come out in a very tight formation, all 11 men right up near the line of scrimmage. Nobody split wide. They shift over to the right, so essentially an unbalanced line to the right. They will run it that way with the big back, Williams. Janze Pierre on the tackle after a 1-yard gain.
Good hustle there by Janze from the backside. It's hard to close that fast when they're that close to the line of scrimmage running that type of an offense. So he really had to crack down. They may try to go back with the reverse and get outside later on, but maybe that's part of the adjustment is for the ends to crack down harder. Maybe we're splitting the linebackers out a little bit more, but it's not been many times tonight they've had 2nd and 9.
We did have a 2-yard, we tagged them for a 2-yard loss earlier. They were able to convert it a 3rd and 15 on 4 downs. Late pass, the man's out there. It's going to be dropped, fortunately for the Tigers. Out early to practice with Sumerian Stapleton. He was behind the defense, but the accurate passes, the quarterback really took a shot on that one. I think it was Janze in there in his face. It was incomplete. Doug, I tell you, he was behind the defense once again.
He was. I saw Janze pumping up the line right before that snap. They really came after the quarterback. The quarterback did a good job of getting it off, put some air up under it, and just thankfully the receiver didn't catch it. I mean, it was a catchable ball, but he was behind the Tiger defense. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats.
Under center, tight formation, one-man split. They're going to hand it off on a sweep, the left side, and Tigers are there, going to bring him down for a loss back inside the 35-yard line. We'll see where they spot him down, maybe right at the 35. Either way, loss of 1 on the play, and it'll be a punting situation for the first time tonight for Early County.
As the clock will run down to zeros, we'll take a timeout from the Brown Heating and Air Conditioned broadcast booth and be back with more Eufaula High School football after this commercial timeout.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Early County, where the Bobcats face a 4th and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Browning Anderson will drop back deep for the Tigers. This will be the first play of the second quarter as Eufaula trails 7-0. But Early County moved to 88 yards on their first possession to take a 7-0 lead. That's where we stand heading into the second quarter. High snap, token pressure by Eufaula. The low kick hits, but it takes a good Early County bounce. It's going to roll dead about the 22-yard line of Eufaula. That's where Eufaula will take over 1st and 10 from their 22.
We just as well go ahead and put 11 folks up there on the line of scrimmage if we're not going to catch it down there. Tigers going to start at the 22-yard line. With 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second quarter, it's time to get that offense cranked up.
Doug, we're in game 9. It's actually 10 if you count the jamboree. I have never seen a football season on the varsity level where we've had that much trouble with returning punts.
It's been psychological, I think, mostly.
No doubt. Third possession of the night for Eufaula. As we said, it begins 11:50 to go here in the second quarter. It'll be at their 22-yard line as Cotton looks for the snap. He takes it. He's going to look and throw a fade route once again. Tron Mitchell's there. They connect this time. If he stayed in bounds, they said he did. It was right along the sidelines that ball had led him up the field a little bit more. He was behind the defense. It would have been a foot race, but as it is, it's a 23-yard completion and a Tiger first down.
That's the ticket right now with them playing only one safety or no safeties. It's one-on-one to the outside, and we got hot coverage. You kind of say just keep doing it till they stop it.
Cotton takes the snap. He gets pressure early. He's going to roll. He's going to throw it away. Incomplete. Second down and 10. The pressure came early that time, and Cotton had to flush. It came from around the left side, the left defensive end, who also plays fullback on offense. Big number Williams. He's a good-looking sophomore, Doug.
They are doing a good job with it. They're doing a three-man rush, but they're actually rolling their linebackers and kind of crossing them, running back inside on some inside blitzes. It's giving our line a fit.
Good snap. Pressure once again. Cotton's going to throw it away again. It's incomplete. And, boy, they had three players back there that time. Williams, number 16, is who Jacavian Keeley.
They just walked the linebackers up, had a five-man rush that time, and they stayed straight forward and just beat us all across the line.
I'm going to tell you what, Doug, in this situation, as fast as they're getting in there, how about a two-step drop and just a fade route down the field? Give our receiver a chance to go up and win a one-on-one.
He's already shotgun. Something like that should work, or as many linebackers as blitzing, something ought to be open, dragging across the middle.
If you have time to hit him, maybe a pop pass to the tight end. Cotton throws it, and it's too high, intended for Mitchell. He had LaCaviante Pugh open about the 35-yard line. You can understand Cotton trying to go ahead and get the ball away that time, but three straight incompletions. You know, that's the second time tonight already that we've seen three straight incompletions in the drive.
I'm not so sure running for his life on those last two plays didn't have him shaking a little bit there, because there again they pick up a big first down on the first play, and then they stall the next three, but he was running for his life the last two, and that time it was not even close to being catchable.
But like you said, if the linebackers are coming, there's a punt. Nice tight spiral that turns over. Fair catch call for and made at the 20-yard line for Early County. But, you know, pop past the tight end where those linebackers vacated should be open.
Well, we have a lot of slots a lot of times over there, but they're not really blocking anybody. So, you know, once they go by, it's open field there. We just got to find a way to get it to them. So got to get him something to relax him a little bit, because he was sharp on that first pass, and then when he ran for his life on the next two, you could see it in that third down. It was just nowhere close. Defense stood up and stopped them last time. We'll see if they can do that here as Early County starts at about its 20-yard line.
They will split a man wide to the left, and they have a man split wide to the right. So the first time tonight they have two wide receivers split either side, two backs actually in the backfield behind the quarterback who is under center this time. Going to play fake. They're going to throw it down. Had a man there. 47, Williams, the good-looking sophomore, running in the secondary, and fortunately they did not connect on that one.
Man, I'm so glad they can't catch because it would be probably 21-0 if they had been able to connect on a couple of these that the receivers have been wide open. They've got behind us several times already tonight. But that's a chance you got to take. They were killing us running the ball early, so you got to put those extra guys up in the box, and the corners just got to keep them in front of them.
So 2nd and 10 for Early County. They'll come out one wide receiver split wide to the right. They'll shift a man over to the left. So basically an unbalanced line to the left this time, and the ball will actually go back to the right on an inside counter play. Good hard running. He stays on his feet, takes it up across the 25 near the 26-yard line. Brings up a third down, manageable 3rd and 4 now for Early County.
Number 95 did a good job holding on till some help got there that time. Kept it from being a bigger play than it was. 3rd and call it 4, maybe a long 3 for the Bobcats.
Just a typical kind of a modified wing T almost offense with a lot of misdirection plays for them. Tight set once again, unbalanced to the right. They'll take it. They'll hand it on a end around,
outside.
And number 2 will take it around the end for 14 yards and a Bobcat first down.
Right back to what was successful early as number 2, Hutchinson. That's his 5th carry on the night, and he already has 76 yards.
Well, they spotted it back to the 39-yard line, so only 13 yards on that carry, but it's good enough for a Bobcat first down. And with 10:06, clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Eufaula trails 7-0 already at Early County, and Early County moving from their 20-yard line. They're on the move. Handoff to Williams inside. The big back is stopped for no gain on that play. They're going to give him forward progress, it looks like, to the 40. Never saw him get to the 40, but give him a yard on that play. 2nd and 9.
It was 9:57 when he got up and handed the official the ball there, and it should be a 40-second play clock. I'm going to keep an eye on that because I'm telling you, some of these plays, it just seems like with no play clocks, it seems like, and both sides, it seems like we've taken a long time several times tonight.
Right. Of course, if you just tuned into us recently,
10 seconds.
This game kicked off at 6:30 Central Time tonight.
All right, 20, 19, 18. So that should be a delay right there.
And they snap the ball on a single wing to number 1, the running back, and he will have a short gain up to about the 43-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. The first down would come at the 49-yard line. They're going to spot it down at the 43, so it'll be 3rd down and 6.
9:05 is when he got the official got handed it. They're going to run a quick play here on a 3rd and 6, so play clock will not be an issue this time.
It's important for the Tigers to stop them for little or no gain here because they'll go for it on 4th down if they don't. Single wing, ball is fumbled, and the Tigers get him in the backfield. Fortunately, and hold on for number 30 for Eufaula, the second man in there. Stopped him at the 35-yard line. Good play. It'll bring up a 4th down, and you would think a punting situation. Number 30 for Eufaula is Josiah Warren. First man back there that time was 97, Xavier Dennis.
8 minutes and 16 seconds, the clock rolling. Tigers will have a little time to work. They need to make something happen as the Bobcats will receive the second half kickoff. It was a little bit of a high snap last time. Tigers sending somebody in late. I hope we ain't got too many folks out there.
There's the snap. Kicks away. It's going to hit the 40, takes a big bounce, and Anderson will field it at the 36-yard line. He's going to take it back across the 40, out of bounds at the 42. So good job by him saving probably 15 yards of field position that time.
Yeah, it had one of those funny rolls. You see it hop a couple of skips sometimes. That one was one of those hit and just kind of run along the ground like a rabbit roll. Anderson was able to scoop it up and Yeah, he only gained a couple of yards after he scooped it up, but he saved probably at about 10 by going ahead and not letting it roll out.
So Eufaula 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. From the 32-yard line. It is the best starting field position of the night, though, for Eufaula. Cotton takes it. He hands it to Washington. Washington just can't quite find the open field as the defensive end came off. His man able to grab Washington as he went by. A gain of 4 on the play.
I think he would be good if he could get in the open field. He's got the speed, but they're just not allowing him to get into the open field. And you got to remember, we're down 2 running backs tonight, so we don't have the big pounding running backs that normally run it up in the middle.
Motion for the first time tonight, it's a jet sweep. Really a Slaughter, and you could see some speed that time. Early County, number 57, the big defensive tackle, was able to track Slaughter down before he could turn the corner. He lost 4 yards. The 4 yards that were gained on the first down play, he lost. It'll be 3rd down 10.
You know you're playing a fast defense or somebody faster than you when the tackle breaks through and he's behind you and he's able to run your running back on a sweep down.
It's a fast defense. Third and 10. Cotton's going to throw a pass to Slaughter. Slaughter's going to make a man miss, but he's got a lot of company going to help him out there to bring Slaughter down for a 3-yard loss in that completion. So once again, a punting situation. No first downs. The first 3 and out of the night for Eufaula. That comes with 6:20 to go here in the first half. And kind of a danger zone, Doug, because you go 3 and out. Early County had a 6-minute, 46-second drive to open the game with a touchdown. If they could score here, they get the second half kickoff. It could be a bad situation for Eufaula.
And
low
get
kick.
it away with pressure.
It's going to roll. It takes this time about an 8-yard Eufaula roll, and it's going to come down at the 34-yard line. Early County kicked it away from their 35. They get it back at the 34.
Keith, one thing I don't really understand there, every time we've had something good, positive happen, we're going on the single coverage to the outside receivers. Every big play we've had has been a pass play to the outside receivers.
Right.
We've just got away from it. That time we threw behind the line of scrimmage. I know you got to do something to keep them honest, but when you're having trouble doing anything else, go to what's working.
I'm sorry, but Tron has beaten the man outside several times, and we missed him for a touchdown at least once and maybe twice. You got to go back and try that again, I believe. And
they're holding Anderson. They got 1 penalty because they're scared to let him get behind them.
Handoff, number 2 around the end. Pretty good job by the Tigers to hold him to a 1-yard gain. Caden Ingram on the tackle for Eufaula.
5 minutes and 37 seconds. Clock rolling here.
Early County really in no hurry. This is really a ball control offense for them. As they come up the line of scrimmage in no hurry at all. 5:14 and counting. They'll snap it. Hand it off to the first back through. That's Williams, the big fullback. He'll take it ahead across the 40 to around the 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8. Bring up a 3rd down and 2. Check that, a gain of 7 on that play. 3rd down and 2. Once again, Early County huddling. You don't see a lot of teams huddle anymore. They're huddling and just in no hurry. It'll be under 4:30 probably when they snap the ball. 4:34 and counting here. Actually a direct snap Wildcat formation. And Tigers get penetration, and they tackle him for a loss behind the line of scrimmage, or at least no gain on that play. It'll be 4th down and just over 2 yards to go. Call it no gain on that play. So 4th down, over 2 yards to go. Decision time now for Early County. They looks like they're going to punt the ball here.
They're going to line it up to punt. I'm going to tell you what, if I got 47 in my backfield on a play like that, I think I give it to him. He's a load.
Right.
but they're going to play safe here. Kick it, pin the Tigers deep with under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. They try to make the Tigers do something more than one big play on a drive.
Good snap, no pressure. Eufaula and punt safe this time. Ball is punted. It's going to come down, takes a big roll. Anderson picks it up. He's just going to go forward for 2 or 3 yards, crosses the 20, up around the 22-yard line. That's where Eufaula takes over, 1st and 10.
3:35 to go in the second quarter of play. If you're just joining us, it was Bobcats scoring on their first possession, and they lead 7-0. It's been back and forth since then. Nobody able to do a whole lot of nothing. We'll see what the Tigers do here. Only success we've talked about tonight the Tigers have had has been on some passes to the wide receivers to the outside. But it will not happen here as the Tigers go in a bunch set.
3:35 to go in the first half of play. 7-0. Cotton takes, looking to throw. Some time this time. He throws it to Slaughter who kind of slipped out into the left flat. And he's going to take it ahead across the 25 up near the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. The first down would come. That ball was actually snapped around the 23-yard line, so that play picked up 6 yards. So 2nd down 4. Bunch set again. Cotton takes, looking to throw. He's going to flush out of the pocket. He throws it complete to Mitchell. Up across the 40. Mitchell goes down at the 41-yard line. Gonna spot it back at the 40. We lost about 1.5 yards on that spot, but we did gain 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back positive plays, Doug, for maybe the first time tonight.
Under 3 minutes and the clock rolling. Got to keep it up. Make some yardage here. Try to get something on the board as Bobcats will get the ball to start the second half.
Cotton takes, looking to throw. He's going to find a man. There's Mitchell. Mitchell bobbles and drops it. It would have been a short gain. It does stop the clock with 2:39 to go. He was trying to run that time before he caught the ball and kind of bounced it up in the air. Thought he was going to bring it in on a second effort, but it would have only been about a 5-yard gain as Early County recovered quickly at the 45-yard line of Eufaula. 2nd down 10 with the clock stops. Bad thing about it is incompletions, Doug, have come in bunches. We've had twice tonight that 3 straight incompletions ended Tiger drives. 2nd and 10 here from the 40. And Early County is going to use a timeout here. So with timeout on the field, we'll step aside for a commercial break. Be back when we're Tiger football after this timeout.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
2:39 to go in the second quarter of play. Eufaula trailing 7-0. 2nd down 10 from the 40-yard line of Eufaula. 2 receivers to the left. That's Anderson and Slaughter. 1 to the right, Tron Mitchell. 1 back, Washington in the backfield behind Cotton, the quarterback. Copeland takes it, looking to throw. He's got time. He throws it complete. Anderson catches it. Good for a 20-yard gain up to the 40-yard line of Early County. That'll stop the clock to move the chains with 2:27. Actually, they slipped a couple of extra seconds off the clock that time after the completion. But they'll stop it at 2:27. And already the clock back in motion. Eufaula. I don't remember. Eufaula, I guess we did use one. Yeah, Jarrell called one.
Yeah.
We have 2 timeouts remaining. Cotton takes. Going to throw a fade route this time. Mitchell breaks open. He dives. He catches it. It's a nice diving reception down inside the 10-yard line.
32.
No,
he says catch. He's standing right there. It says catch. He caught that ball.
Yeah, so it was
that one back here. That guy down there is right on top.
32-yard throw and catch inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. 32 yards, so back-to-back big plays, 20 and 32 yards through the air, and the Tigers have it first and goal with 2:07 now to go in the first half. Tigers trailing 7-0, looking to answer the Early County Bobcats. Tigers have gotten here through the air. See if they keep it through the air here. They're going to throw a quick pass. It is incomplete, thrown wide that time, intended for Mitchell, but there was contact in the end zone. Yeah. No flag, incomplete. Second down goal from the 8. 1:48 to go in the first half. The clock will not be an issue here. Tigers have 3 more downs to try to tie this football game up. Washington, pistol formation behind Cotton. 2 receivers left to the wide side, 1 to the right. Pugh in the slot. They're going to hand it off to Washington. Nope, they pulled it out, tried to hit Pugh as he slipped across, and they unable to come up with the completion. Pugh lined up on the right. He slipped out to the left and just unable to complete that third down goal.
Bless his heart. Something about Pugh, when he gets around the goal line, he has trouble gathering it in. It started all the way at the spring game at Russell County this year.
He'd have walked into the end zone probably if he'd have caught that football.
8 yards away
from the right hash mark. There's a snap. Going to throw the fade. Mitchell, I'm staying. Sorry, folks. Fan also. Ball hit him in the hands. It was tipped up and incomplete. So 3 straight incompletions for the third time tonight. The Tigers unable to convert a touchdown after they moved it all the way down. 4 completions. That was good for.
We've had trouble keeping folks off our kicker so far this year, too, and it's a right. Whoa, that was awful quick.
And it's good.
There's going to be a flag.
I didn't see a flag.
There was a whistle. So.
Oh, yeah, there is a flag over on the other side of the field. But even if it's against them.
I'm not sure we were set long enough. We were trying to get them with too many folks on the field, and we did, or not set. Too many on it. I think it was we just weren't set. Now they had not even crossed the line of scrimmage. They should have been offsides too, but motion goes before that. So
they're looking to us to decline the penalties. I think he just signaled it wrong.
Okay, now
so it is 7-3. So a very good field goal by Cooper Wingate that time. That was right down the middle. Just a 25-yard field goal, but it was no doubter.
Still, in high school, folks don't realize in the pros, the hash marks are only a few yards apart. They keep it in the center of the field. And that helps the kickers. Like Kansas City guy kicked a 62-yarder into the wind the other day I saw. At college, they're a little closer, a little further apart than the pros, but not as wide. Now, in high school, when you get down inside the 10-yard line, if you make a right hash kick like that, it's a tough angle. Right. So a good job by Eufaula to get that one through.
Minute 59 off the clock. 8 plays, 70 yards. The Tigers come up 8 yards short of the end zone.
We're not kicking it. Well, Wingate's end traditionally does not kick it deep. I don't want to give them too good a field position. They still got 2 timeouts and a minute and 36 seconds left.
Cooper kicks it away. It's a pooch kick that's going to be mishandled and a huge hit. And it was, let's see who it was. It was Janze Pierre on that kickoff return. You can just tell when Janze hits somebody, it's just a little different look.
Well, like I said earlier in the year, that was one of those hits so hard I think the boys done forgot the 3rd grade. So that he popped him, he ran backwards to catch it, number one, and bobbled it. And then his concern was gathering it in. And that about the time he gathered it in, somebody turned out the lights.
Well, Eufaula still with 2 timeouts remaining. Depending on what Early County, this is the worst starting field position of the night for Early County.
First down's big here. If you can hold them, you may have to use those timeouts.
1 minute, 30 seconds to go here in the first half. 7-3 ball game. Fumble the snap, so a loss back to the 16-yard line, loss of 2. So does Eufaula use it, or do they save the timeout till after this play?
Well, it was 125. He's give it to the official about 123, so a 40-second play clock. They can take a lot off here. But if they don't do something positive here, pick up 7 or 8 yards, look for Eufaula to take that timeout.
No play clock factors in large. 1 minute as we roll under a minute to go. They break the huddle. So they should be able to take it down to around 40 seconds without a delay.
And that's being generous.
So at 45, they snap it. They're looking to roll the outside, and the Tigers bring him down for a loss or no, at very least no gain on the play. I believe it is a loss of a yard. Yeah, they took about 9 seconds off the clock before they could get it stopped. It'll be third down. That play lost another yard on that play. But 35 seconds is all that's left on the first half clock. With third down, you follow with one more timeout.
Well, and we're probably going to be forced into doing something we really don't want to do here. If they run a play and we take another timeout, in all honesty, being here on the road, they're going to probably stop it with 20-something seconds left by the time they punt. We really need to be able to step up and make a fair catch or something to stop the clock, because if you let it, you can go after the block also, but if you let it hit and roll, they can just, take a long time before they down it and basically run out the clock.
That's right. So it's third down 13 from the 15-yard line of Early County. The thing here, if there was just a little more time on the clock, Doug, if we hold them on this play, we'll get the ball on their side of midfield, more than likely.
We should, and that's there again. We have not been fielding punts very much this year. It's a situation where you're going to have to basically come up and try to fair catch it, run it, do something, because if you let it hit and roll, that's another 6 or 8 seconds before they'll blow it dead, and that could be the end of the half. Does the Bobcats dare throw the ball here on 3rd and 15 and take a chance on an interception?
Well, that would stop the clock if it's incomplete. They've completed a couple of passes, but they've also missed on a couple that would have more than likely gone for touchdowns.
If I'm their coach, I say run a sweep, and I tell them to hold, and I get the play over and run a few more seconds off.
They're going to hand it off around the end, and he's going to run out of bounds.
Well, thank you.
So he runs out of bounds. That stops the clock. They did not even start it. 35 seconds are still left on the clock. That kind of evened it out for them not stopping it in time last time. So it's 4th down, and a punting situation for Early County. 4th down. Play failed again. It'll be 4th and 13. Actually, it lost a yard. Another lost play. So 3 straight lost yardage plays. They lost 2, 1, and 1 on that possession, and they took 55 seconds off the clock. But you follow.
Well, listening to the coaches up here in the booth, we're not coming after it. We're actually trying to put the return guy to where he can fair catch it. So the Tigers are playing safe here.
Here's the kick. Best kick of the night. Anderson gets away from it, lets it roll. That's going to take a lot of time off the clock, and it rolls back down to the Eufaula 40-yard line. That'll finally stop the clock. They haven't stopped it yet, finally with 21 seconds. So 14 seconds on that clock. And Doug, I tell you,
well, there again, you got to be able to catch the ball, and it's just been a snagaboo for us all year long, and there it cost us 7 or 8 seconds like we thought. The good thing for us is that they ran out of bounds on the last play, and we still have a timeout left.
It cost about 10 yards and probably that many seconds as well. Yeah. Probably 10 yards in 10 seconds.
In that situation, you almost got to go after it, or you got to field it.
I mean, they don't throw the ball, so if you fumble it, that's bad. But, I mean, they're not likely to score from midfield in this time without putting the ball in the air.
They do have safeties now, and they're shaded to the outside.
Cotton's going to throw it. Has a man there. It's Anderson. Anderson down the sidelines. He's going to take it all the way
How about
down.
Target in there?
That's all the way down to the 30-yard line. That's a 30-yard play. 30-yard play that took about 8 seconds. 14 seconds left on the clock. Cotton in shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. He calls for the snap, looking to throw. He's going to get pressure. He's retreating. He's giving all kinds of 8 seconds. That play.
There's a flag.
I mean, look. He's
even though we have a receiver that was right there,
the
hit within 2 or 3 yards of him. No, he threw the spot towards where the ball landed. First off, we shouldn't give that much ground. That looks like Alabama and Georgia a few years ago. Maybe we'll come back and do what Alabama did. It says intentional grounding, even though we had a receiver there.
Yeah, but we were at the 30-yard line. So are they going to mark the penalty from where the flag is laying? I mean, intentional grounding is 15. It's not a spot foul, is it?
I don't think it is. But the way they're marking it is 30-yard penalty.
Well, first of all, we snapped the ball from the 30-yard line. We had no business being back on our side of midfield. That's a 27-yard penalty the way they marked it off.
That's twice tonight we've had huge penalties. Now with 8 seconds left, Tigers just in a go to halftime formation.
That's a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity there. There's down the ball, and we go to halftime trailing 7-3. And at halftime, we'll take a commercial break, be back with some stats and comments after this commercial break.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Yes.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Easy metal building kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Yeah.
Does your IT infrastructure or computer equipment have you sidelined? Don't throw in the towel yet. Call Chris Works at Works Consulting at 334-695-2820.
Hey, we're back in Blakely, Georgia, where Early County leads Eufaula 7-3 here at halftime. We'll have some halftime stats for you, but right now we'll let you enjoy the rest of the Mighty Tiger Marching Band halftime show. We'll be back in a moment.
Last night. Last night. Yeah. Oh, Lord. They did it again. It never fails. You say it, no matter how many times you say it.
fans goes out, E.A. Jensen reports, hooray for Tigers! Ladies and gentlemen, 2022 Eufaula High School Mighty Tiger Marching Band.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
In Blakely, Georgia, where the Tigers trail the Bobcats by a score of 7-3 here at halftime. But if you look at the trends, the Tigers started slow, but they're trending up. We'll kind of summarize that for you and tell you what I mean. The Tigers received no kickoff. They threw a pass complete for 25 yards on the game's first play, complete to Tron Mitchell down the right sideline. But then it was three straight. Actually, it was a rushing play for 0 yards, then two incompletions, and the Tigers punted away to Early County. They pinned the Bobcats deep on their first possession. It was back at the 12-yard line, but from there, Early County used a potent ground game. They moved 10 plays, 9 of which were on the ground, 91 yards, and they pushed to the end zone on a 10-yard touchdown run and went ahead by a score of 7-0. It was a time-consuming drive for Early County, 6 minutes, 46 seconds off the clock. They scored with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 was a score, but 4 first downs were amassed by Early County on that drive. That was the majority of the offense for the first half for Early County because they only picked up 22 more yards the remainder of the first half, 91 of that on the first drive. Eufaula then took over at their 20-yard line. They picked up a couple of first downs, moved it out near midfield before a big penalty cost them the drive, and they punted it back to Early County. Early County began their drive with the 1:26 to go in the first quarter. They went 3 and out. 3 yards netted 0 yard. 3 plays netted 0 yards, and they punted it back to Eufaula. Eufaula then, on first down, completed a pass for 23 yards, but then 3 straight incompletions into the Tiger threat, and they punted it back to Early County. Early County then began their own 20-yard line. They picked up 1 first down before their drive stalled, and they punted it back to Eufaula. If you get the theme, there were a lot of punts here in the first half. Eufaula then went 3 and out. They're only 3 and out of the first half, punting it back to Early County, who went 3 and out on their own. Eufaula then got the ball. Eufaula's best drive of the night began at their 23-yard line. 8 plays, the Tigers moved at 70 yards before their drive stalled with first and goal from the 8-yard line. The Tigers threw 3 straight incompletions, one of which would have been a touchdown if the reception could have been made. But Cooper Wingate came in, kicked a 25-yard field goal from the right hash, a hard angle back to the left, and 7-3 was the score with 1:39 to go in the first half. From there, Early County got the ball. They lost 4 yards on 3 plays. Eufaula used a timeout and just kind of mismanaged the clock there at the end. Eufaula completed a pass for 30 yards to Browning Anderson down to the 30-yard line of Early County. It looked like the Tigers might have a chance to put some more points on the board, still with about 14 seconds on the clock. But intentional grounding penalty against Eufaula that lost 27 yards pretty much so ended any scoring threat for Eufaula as the Tigers took a knee to end the half after that. And that's where we stand, 7-3 at halftime. Overall, on the overall stats, Eufaula ran 26 plays in the first half. That was good for 153 yards, 8 first downs. Tigers' best drive was covered 70 yards. Early County, 25 snaps, only 1 less than Eufaula, 113 yards, 5 first downs. But remember, 91 yards of the 113 that Early County picked up in the first half came on the game's first possession. Of their 5 first downs, 4 came on the first possession. Only 1 first down for Early County after their first drive.
That is the bright side of this. It seems like that the Tigers are trying to, at least they're finding a few things that are working for them. And not a lot, but they're having some good things happening late in the mid to late second quarter. It seems like they're finding some things that are working. Early County's kind of gone the other way. Eufaula has found a way to stop that sweep to the outside, and it's kind of evened things up a little bit. We were very close on stats like we talked about. I think Keith had him for 111. I had 113 on Early County, but it's Hutchins who was big to start with on that first drive. His first 3 carries, he had 3 carries for 61 yards, but at the half, he only wound up with 8 carries for 74 yards. It was Williams had 6 carries for 19 yards. Was the next guy. They were only 1 for 3 in the passing department for 6 yards. Eufaula, on the other hand, probably the lowest run output. Of course, we do have the 2 backs out tonight. 3 rushes officially on the night for only 2 positive yards. But in the passing department, Cotton was 10 for 23 for 151 yards. Gives the Tigers, like he said, 153 total yards offense in the first half.
Yeah, Doug, I mean, like I said, I was sitting here not feeling very good about things here late in the first half, and you can't be thrilled with trailing at halftime and only putting 3 points on the board. But with Eufaula outgaining Early County, I really didn't have that feel late in the game, late in the first half. But when you look at the stats, Early County really did nothing. They picked up 1 first down after that first drive. Eufaula really did a good job of adjusting to what they were trying to do on offense, and really shut them down for the remainder of the first half.
Yeah, there's not many times that you go that first drive like they did tonight, and they just kind of they didn't really run it right down our throat. They just kind of ran it around us all the way down the field, outside. And you didn't have a real good feeling after watching that. But the Tigers have made some adjustments and have been able to curb that a little bit and starting to work on offense a little bit. Cotton running for his life most of the night tonight has not. But when they give him a little bit of time, he's spot on and making things happen. I think he got the short end of the stick on that 27-yard intentional grounding right there before halftime. We did have a receiver that actually bounced within a couple of yards of Slaughter's foot.
Well, he caught it on one bounce.
Yeah, one bounce, it right up into his hands. But, the official threw the flag, and that killed that drive, and it was probably a smart thing to do, just take the knee and go to halftime. Trailing 7-3. Like I said, the stats look better than we thought they were going to look, but that stat on that scoreboard, we're still behind.
Well, that's right. And so I was looking at I was reading an article yesterday actually, and it was talking about the old Bama punt game from 1972, and Alabama led 17-3 with about 5 or 6 minutes to go in the game, and back-to-back block punts. But Auburn in that game only picked up 80 yards of offense for the entire game. Won on the scoreboard 17-16, which so to your point, the scoreboard is the only thing that matters in a game. So Eufaula leading statistically in this game, and really it would be even if the Tigers could have just punched it in. Early County had it 2nd down and 4 from the 10-yard line. They scored on a 10-yard play. Eufaula 1st and 10 from the 8, and they were unable to get it in.
Well, and we had our chance. I mean, 2 of the 3 pass plays that we ran on 1st and goal from the 8, the pass into the flats to Pugh that he dropped, he could have walked in. He could have strolled in. He was so wide open. And then the pass in the corner to the receiver that kind of hit his hands and bopped up and bobbled, and he dropped it. We had 2 shots at it there, and that would have been great to get it in. We did have we started so much earlier than everybody else tonight. Some scores are just now starting to trickle in. None really from our area. The only one of interest to some of our listeners. I think UMS Wright was leading 6-0 early, or at the end of the first quarter is what we were told of the ball game between Faith Academy. And like we said, Faith is 99% sure who we're going to wind up playing. I think they lose the tiebreaker even if they were to come out on top tonight. But to go back one more time, we know some people were still asking. We knew this was, and it'll still get asked next week, so help us spread the word. No game next week. 2 weeks, first round of the playoffs. We'll pay, and we'll have the audio on Facebook, YouTube, NFHS. You can subscribe to it. I'm not sure there'll be audio on there. It may be like it used to be, and it'll show the game. But if you want to pay for it and watch it that way, we will have our broadcast like we used to have on there with no video. That is not our choice. That is a state rule, so we cannot show the video during the state playoffs. So they put 3 minutes back on the clock. Both teams are out now, just starting to warm up. So let's take a quick timeout from the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth, and we'll be back with the second half after this commercial break.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day, or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Conditioning, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Camlocker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue, or call us at 334-687-4700.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express, fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
But now,
with the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656. In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
Absolutely.
We're back in Early County where the Tigers are about to kick off the football to begin the second half play to the Early County Bobcats. Bobcats leading this game 7-3, but really one possession for Early County, moved 91 yards, 10 plays, and they scored on their first possession of the night. Eufaula scored on their next to last possession of the night. They moved 70 yards in 8 plays to ultimately kick a 25-yard field goal by Cooper Wingate. And it was the Tigers' inability to put the ball in the end zone is the only difference in this game. Statistically, the game relatively close. You follow the 153 yards of offense to 113 for Early County. Wingate has the ball on the tee. We're about to be underway here in the third quarter. 9th game of the year for both teams. Early County 7-1. Eufaula 6-2. Wingate's kick is in the air. It's going to be fielded at the 33-yard line. It was a low kick that time, and he's able to return it back across the 40 to the 43-yard line. So very good starting field position for Early County. Doug, that time just didn't get the air underneath the ball that he typically does, and that gave the receiver time to return the ball actually for looks like about 11-yard return to the 44-yard line where Early County will take over.
A good starting field position, and something we said we was not going to see tonight was Big Pat going out on defense. It was going to keep him fresh for offense, and he's out on the defensive line to start the second half.
That's a good, cool night, Doug, and he did took the first half off as far as defense is concerned, so he is in there. The Tigers dig in with a 5-man front and quickly into the end backfield, but the Tigers do bring him down for a no gain on that play. It was DeQuavius Moss, but quickly into the backfield that time was Parker Simmons, almost making a tackle for about a 5-yard loss. But as it is, they hold him to a 1-yard gain.
Nice job shooting through that time was Parker. To Parker Simmons and Patrick Screws normally, they do start on the offense out there filling in on the defense.
So Early County breaks the huddle. They will come up tight formation. One man split about 10 yards out to the right. Now they'll shift over to the left, so strong side to the left, and they will run it back inside. And breaking free, a touchdown-saving tackle that time by Caden Ingram. As, that's the thing that concerns you. Number 20 on the carry for them, Tay Sparks. But, Doug, Eufaula shut them down, but one play, and that almost was it there, if not for Ingram making that touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, they actually shifted away from Yanze's side and went strong left, but then ran misdirection right back to that side.
That's right. And, of course, that's what Coach Jernigan talked about last night on the coaches show, how Rehoboth really game plan well for us last week is they ran away from their motion, ran away from their pulls, and that's what Early County did right there. 1st and 10, that's the first down in quite some time for Early County. They moved early, no flags, I don't believe. They threw the pass. It's complete this time down the sidelines. That play should come back as the left tackle shifted up early.
Flag.
But there is not a flag on the play.
Wow.
Yeah, he stood up a good half count early, but they did not throw the flag.
Well, they hadn't moved the change yet, so I'm hoping that there's one somewhere. We just can't see it. The only good sign about that is they have not moved the change. 9:51. The clock's rolling while they're talking. I have no idea why the clock's running while the officials are out there discussing.
They have not waited for the. They do stop.
Terrell just told the official it was running and they stopped it, but that was a good 10 or 12 seconds run off, which at this point doesn't matter, maybe later. They are picking up. It looks like they're adding on, and it's a penalty against Eufaula. My goodness. So they get away with an offside. There's 5 yards added on to the end of the run somehow. So that pass play went for how many?
It went for 35. Well, no. It went for 35 yards. It was at the 45-yard line down to the 10. They added 5 more onto it. 35 yards on the pass play, plus a 5-yard penalty. So Tigers defense not opening up this third quarter the way you'd hope. Early County's only points came on their first possession of the first half. This is their first possession of the third quarter, and quickly they've moved it with a 1st and goal from the Tiger 5. 9:35 on the clock here in the third quarter. They're going to hand it straight up the middle. He's going to be hit, breaking a tackle, and going to be taken down really for no gain on the play. 2nd down goal from the 5.
Trying to make something happen with a big guy. They're going to bring in number 1 now, and they have run a little wildcat with him a couple of times when he's been out there.
The quarterback stayed in the game, though, this time.
We're sending in folks late, and we're fixing to get too many folks on the field.
Parker's going to have to hustle off. I think he'll make it. He sprinted off the field. Tigers slow to line up here as Early County goes under center on the 2nd down and goal play. They hand it to Williams, a big back, and he is into the end zone. Boy, with 8:41 to go here in the third quarter. Doug, I tell you, Early County only had one drive the first half that resulted in a touchdown. They have a big drive here that covers 56 yards to open up the second quarter. Now they lead by 2 scores. It's 13-10 right now. $8:41 to go here in the third quarter. They're in to kick the point after touchdown to make this an 11-point game. Kicks up, looks to be good, and they confirm that it is. So 3:19 is how long it took for Early County to double their points on the scoreboard. And, we talked about statistics really not meaning nothing. Now Early County does lead statistically, but they lead by 11 points, which in a game like this tonight seems like more.
Well, it was a big pass play on that one. They only threw for 6 yards in the first half. It was a 35-yard pass play with a penalty tacked on at the end of that. I mean, even if they did move early like we all saw, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be giving up a big pass play like that, and that was the key play in that drive for the Bobcats.
And now we'll see what the Eufaula Tigers came up with during the 20-minute halftime intermission. Actually, it was more like a 26-minute. They put 3 minutes on the clock, and then they went even over after that. But Eufaula averaged about 38 points a game the first 6 games of the year. The last 2, the Tigers have only averaged 21. Tonight, they're on pace for less than that.
He kicked it over their head last time, and he does again.
It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, they were lined up at the 15 or 20-yard line there, and that's 2 times in a row now he's actually put it over their head. It's been big. We had a good return earlier. We just need to back up enough to try to get a return. So that'll start at the 20. I'll look for that rule to change too, Keith, in the near future for the high school, maybe starting at the 25-yard line. I want to give a shout-out to the JV cheerleaders that are cheering tonight. Our varsity cheerleaders are at a competition in Huntsville or somewhere thereabouts, I understand.
Slaughter shifts into the backfield. He gets the handoff, and he is going to be met quickly and brought down for a 1-yard loss. We kind of went to empty backfield, but we brought Slaughter in late, and he took the handoff, and penetration kind of bottled things up in the backfield, and he went down for a 1-yard loss. Or actually, it's not quite a 1-yard loss, but it's behind the 20. 5 wide receivers this time for the Tigers. 3 left, 2 to the right. Cotton takes it. 3-man rush for Early County. Only 3 men on the rush. Cotton is pulling it down. Going to run this time. Finally, he makes a late decision. He'll take it up near first down. He's going to go out of bounds about a yard short. They're going to spot him out at the 29-yard line. In a situation like that, no, the guy over here moved the chains on the far sideline. They moved it up. So the initial spot was not good. They are going to say the 31-yard line, it looks like.
So an 11-yard gain for Cotton and a first down for the Tigers. At least momentarily, they're going to talk about it now. Don't be surprised if we get it taken away here. I'm like he's saying first down now. I thought he went out a little bit before that, Keith, but it's
actually up around about the 33-yard line.
See. So about
especially for us where we're sitting, we might be 20 feet above the playing surface. Cotton, a lot of quick pressure. He throws a pass. It's going to be hauled. No, it's going to be intercepted. My goodness. It'll be Early County's ball in Tiger territory, and one of the Tigers is slow. It looked like we're going to come up with a good reception, and instead the defensive back was able to take it away from us. A flag comes down on the far side of the field, but it would be Early County's ball after the return up to the 42-yard line of Eufaula. There's actually 2 flags on the play. There's one on the far sideline.
Well, it's going to be post-possession, I think. He's saying offset. He's saying illegal man downfield for us.
Well, if that's an offsetting penalty, then
he signaled against them. He signaled illegal man downfield against us, and then he waved like incomplete, which means offsetting, which means but our defense is going out. So that's probably what the discussion's about, Keith. If we had an illegal man downfield, that couldn't have been before the turnover. After the turnover, excuse me. So,
well, it depends on what the penalty is on the far side of the field. If it is, if it's a post-possession penalty.
He said holding on them. Now he's waving a flag off, and he's saying offense back out.
Okay, so
it really
he's saying
should have been
offset,
yes.
yeah.
Which would be the correct call, but he didn't think they was holding against them, and it was illegal man downfield against the Tigers, which would be offsetting penalties, and it would be very fortunate for the Tigers. So take away the interception to Cotton, and the Tigers will have, was it first down all over again?
Yeah, first down all over again. And keep an eye on Browning Anderson. He was the Tiger who was slow to get up. He was the one intended, the pass was intended for it. I thought he was going to come down with a great catch, but instead the Early County defensive back was able to wrestle the ball away from him and come up with the interception. 1st and 10 all over again from the 33-yard line.
They have one man covering 2. Now they're shifting out. I'm fixing to say we had a mismatch.
Cotton going to be caught. If he didn't get rid of it, he's going to be tackled from behind. He does.
He fumbled it.
It's going to be a 2-yard loss on that play, but you could just see that coming as Early County with a lot of team speed and you see that happen even on the college level, Doug. You know, when you're on the ball running, when you're kind of coasting, he wasn't running full speed the whole time. He was still looking downfield. you kind of got to know that there's going to be pursuit coming from the backside.
There's folks open, but then again, it's hard for us to criticize that when he's got Bobcats chasing him all over him.
And Early County into the neutral zone is going to give Tigers a free 5. That was actually about a 3-yard loss to where they spotted it off. So, but that will be a 5-yard penalty on Early County.
I'm not sure what our home fans are fussing about, but they're sure upset about something going on.
Well, the Early County was pointing at Eufaula like they moved to draw them off, and I didn't see anybody move. Neither did the officials because they marked that 5-yard penalty off against Early County. 2nd down and 8 now for Eufaula from the 45-yard line. 6:50 and the clock rolling here in the third quarter. Everybody from Early County walking up to the line of scrimmage. No safety, no one in the middle of the field. They're going to hand the ball off and try to run a reverse. They're going to throw a pass to Cotton, who catches it. He makes
face mask? Nope, I guess not.
Well, the good news is the Tigers picked up a first down on that play. It was a gain of 12 yards and a first down, Doug. The bad news is you run a reverse pass, you hope to pick up a lot more than 12 yards on the first down.
Was that Slaughter that threw it?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it's a first down, and that's the good news. 6:15 clock rolling to go in the third quarter. Tigers behind 14-3. And we fumbled the ball.
And the smallest man on the field, I think, got it back. I think Slaughter got the ball back. He's probably the smallest man on the field, but he may be the quickest man on the field. That play, I'm sorry, not Slaughter, but Washington. Washington on the ball. 5 and 6 from where we sit look very, very similar. No gain on the play, or maybe a half a yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The first down would come about the 43-yard line of Early County. 3 receivers left to the right. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield for Cotton, who's in shotgun formation, standing his 43-yard line, waiting on the shotgun snap. He'll get it. Looking downfield, he's gonna look. Now he's gonna pull the ball down, try to pick up some yardage down the field. He runs out of bounds right at midfield, and they're gonna throw a penalty, I believe, on Jarrell, on Coach Jernigan,
for a sideline warning. Jarrell is not happy. I missed it. Was the hit on the quarterback he was upset about?
It didn't look like it hit him. I'm not sure what he's upset about, to be honest.
I think Cotton reached out to try to gain an extra yard or so there, and the ball came out of his hands as he was going out of bounds. It should be marked around the 50. They've yet to mark it.
Yeah, they got to mark it around the 50. That was a sideline warning. So you follow them. I don't know if they're huddling. They think there's a penalty going to be marked off, but the ball is actually going to be spotted for about a 2-yard gain up to midfield. It'll be 3rd down.
Oh, they're taking a penalty off on the Tigers here. 15 yards unsported. Did we have a sideline warning earlier? Well, that would be the 2nd, and that's why.
I didn't know a sideline warning was 15 yards or sideline penalty. So
I thought it was like a delay, but apparently it's like unsportsmanlike.
I guess so. Man, Slaughter caught it. He bobbled it, which gave the defense time to react, and it was complete for short. Now we're running guys in. They're saying 4th down, but the penalty they did have. I'm confused. Did they not give us an extra play with a penalty? Is that a dead ball? A dead ball penalty?
I guess it depends on at what point he called the penalty on our sideline, if it was after the play or not. Another drive killer, regardless. A high snap. Boy, Anderson does a good job getting it off at all, and it's going to roll just past what would have normally been a first down to the 37-yard line, and that's where will start. Excuse me. Early County Bobcats. Wrong.
You're
Bobcats.
going way back.
Hey, okay, at least I got the Bobcat.
That's right. That's I was wondering where Op came from, but it was Bobcats. Right. That's it. It's funny how the mind does those things. Low possession count game. This is only the 7th possession of the night for Early County. 4:31 on the clock here in the third quarter. 14-3 game.
If Opp punches one in here, you can almost warm up the buses no more than Eufaula's got done on offense tonight. So defense needs to come up big here.
Going to throw a pass down the far sideline. There's a man there. It's going to be caught. And yeah, he caught it down at the 35-yard line. So that is a 13 and a 28-yard gain for Early County. And they're breaking their tendencies as they've come out throwing the ball. It was a 35-yard pass on the first drive, a 28-yard completion on this drive. And Eufaula's not, they've only had the ball once, and it was the penalty really kind of killed the Eufaula drive on the last possession. But Early County coming out throwing the ball here in the third quarter. They lead 14-3. There's the inside counter play, and that play is going to be good for 5 yards.
Ingram checking back into the game. I think they took him out and coached him up a little bit. I think he's the guy that got turned around on that long pass play, but he's back out there for the Tigers now. 3:28 and clock rolling in the third quarter. Tigers trail 14-3.
Early County down to the 30-yard line of Eufaula. They'll hand it off inside. And good penetration from Eufaula that time, but unable to corral the back in the backfield. He'll slip through for a yard gain on that play, which will bring up 3rd down and 4 for Early County. Doug, we saw Tron Mitchell get behind the defense early in the game. And it's been quite some time since the Tigers have looked for Mitchell. We'll have to see when they come back on offense if they look for that play again. Hopefully the defense is up to the challenge here to stop them on this play. It's a wildcat formation, strong right. They're going to snap it straight to one who breaks out of the pack. He's going to take it. He's going to take it 29 yards for the Early County touchdown with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Doug, I tell you, at this point, it's a 20-3 lead for Early County, and it may be an insurmountable lead at this point. It's been back-to-back touchdown drives for Early County here to start the third quarter. That was 63 yards on that one. 63 yards on only 4 plays. 2 minutes and 1 second is how long it took Early County to score on that possession. Man, the shoe went higher than the football.
That's the first time I think I've ever seen it.
There was a flag thrown. I don't know what that flag was for.
That shoe went 15 yards high.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I thought it was going to go through the goalpost, but it landed halfway into the end zone.
It looked like it. It must have been something that was said. We had a player that was coming off the field. They're going to try that over again, I believe. We'll see. Why did they say the ball never went through the uprights, did it?
How is it good? Oh, now he's saying no good. He's saying go to the kickoff. He said the extra point was no good, but
they're going to let them kick from midfield, I guess, or from our 45-yard line. The penalties are starting to add up a little bit and become a little more lopsided. It's been a pretty good call game for the most part, but
lately, it almost looked like he signaled sideline warning again, that out to the side.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, Jarrell's getting an explanation now from the official on this sideline. They're going to actually mark it off against Early County because they're marking the ball at the 25-yard line is where they'll kick off from with 2:30 to go. So who knows?
Okay.
It's really not his job to.
Well, now they're back there, but now they're coming this direction.
Yeah, now they're going to come out to the 50. So how could it be something against us and them not have a chance to kick the point over again?
I don't know.
Unless it's after the play.
It had to be after the play. But we're getting unless they correct it, they're going to kick from midfield instead of the 45-yard line.
He ain't put the ball down yet. He's still coming down in Tiger territory. He's at our 45 now.
45 is where it should be if it was unsportsmanlike conduct. 15 yards from the 40. But anyway, it doesn't really matter at this point. It's 20-3. Eufaula trails in this game, and it's just been an ugly football game, Doug. I mean, he's just walking around. He's getting in a position for this kickoff. 20-3. If you're Early County, do you onside kick here, Doug? I mean, even if you don't get it, Eufaula's going to get the ball at 35-yard line. Early County's been starting that point or beyond with our pooch kicks all night. So
at this point, I'm just, hey, roll the clock.
I agree. But it's been stopped on 2:30 for quite some time now. They are going to kick kind of an onside kick, and they're going to get it. We misplayed it really bad. It was an effective onside kick because it was rolling sideways.
At some point, it's nothing new for me to make folks upset, and I'm used to that. But we've said it off air. I've said it off air, and I'm going to say it on air. We have got worse the last few games. I don't know what the Tigers are doing, if it's mental or what, but defensively, offensively, special teams, the whole 9 yards. We haven't got better.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Well, I'm not going to say what. I'm be quiet. From the 32-yard line of Eufaula, where Early County will take over, 1st and 10. They're going to throw a flare pass out in the flat. Tigers to bring him down for a 1-yard loss. Doug, I tell you, this is a character-building moment for this football team. Are you going to bow up and be mad that they onside kicked, leading by 17 at this point, and bow up on defense and stop them here? Or are you going to lay down and let them score another touchdown?
Well, it's like we wasn't even expecting it. We started retreating immediately, and you got to look for that after a 15-yard penalty in that situation.
Wildcat formation for Early County. They're going to snap it straight back to the man who scored the touchdown the last time they had the football, number 1, Stapleton. He scored 2 touchdowns tonight for Early County. He scored from 10 yards out. He scored from 29 yards out. That play goes forward, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 after the 5-yard gain. They stay in the heavy run set. They snap it. It's going to be Stapleton around the end. He breaks a tackle. He's down the sidelines. He's going to go in for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
37 yards.
37 yards, or no, 27 yards. 27 yards.
27.
Just a straight sweep to the right from a tight formation. Tigers unable to seal the corner and unable to make the tackle, and 27 yards and a touchdown.
And it appears, since they missed the last extra point, they may be going for 2 here, Keith. If that don't get you fired up, somebody's done put the fire out. That's exactly what they're doing.
Well, Eufaula won the shootout 3 years ago. Stapleton around at right tackle. There's a scrum. Did he get in? Did he not get in? They do say he got in. So that'll be 28-3. And ironically, Doug, that is the score 4 years ago in Eufaula. Early County defeated Eufaula by that score of 28-3.
Still a minute and 8 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play.
Well, the thing that that concerns you, and I probably shouldn't expound upon your statement earlier, Doug, but the thing that concerns you is it's a lot of mental mistakes.
It's just they're not coming together. I've always been the one to call it like I see it. I don't care who I make mad. Y'all know that. But it's just a lot of things they got to work on. One thing here is they got to scout themselves a little bit too. I would be shocked if we don't return right here. We return to our sideline every time we get it.
It's going to be Nick Floyd, and here he comes to our side. He has some open field. He's going to take it across the 40. A good job by Floyd that time, taking it up to the 45-yard line. Did not really catch where he caught the ball. It was down around the 10-yard line, I guess. So we'll call it a 35-yard return for Floyd.
One of the best starting field positions we've had tonight.
It actually is the best that I can remember. We almost started the 47 before a penalty, offsetting penalty, and they got the re-kick, and it was a touchback. So Early County stole a possession after their onside kick. 51 seconds to go in the third quarter now. The Tigers trail by 25. Just could have not been able to solve with any consistency this Early County, this very quick Early County defense.
He had to stop it because the official on the far side, he just tossed the ball to him, and he was still holding the ball from the kickoff, so they had to get the ball off the field. It was the delay there.
Motion by Slaughter back to the left. Cotton takes. He's going to throw it to Slaughter, who got out. And he's down the sidelines. This is a very positive play for Eufaula as he takes it into Early County territory, down inside the 40-yard line, I believe. 15. Now they'll say at the 40-yard line. 15 yards. It looked like more, but that's a good positive 15-yard gain for the Tigers, and they'll move the chains. But what was a 7-3 game at halftime, Early County has dominated in the third quarter, scoring 21 unanswered points against the Tigers. And they did not start the clock on that play. Still 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cotton takes, looking to throw. He's looking to his right. Going to finally throw it. He has a man there, Antron Mitchell. Mitchell's going to be tackled finally at around the 20-yard line. They'll give him forward progress. That's a 20-yard gain on that pass play. Back-to-back completions down to the 20-yard line for Eufaula. And, Doug, you're down 25. There's a quarter left in this game. Work on some things and try to get better.
Well, just show some fire. Show you want to win this game. Offense is doing that, moving the ball here a little bit late in the third.
Cotton throws complete on the far sideline. It's complete to Slaughter. They're going out of bounds with 23 seconds. One thing is for sure, Doug, if the defense can figure out again how to stop Early County, which Early County obviously made some changes and adjustments. They were in the halftime locker room a long time, and they broke their tendencies here in the third quarter a little bit, putting the ball in the air. But Eufaula certainly throws the ball and moves the ball quickly enough. They could get back in the game if they could just score quickly and stop Early County. Cotton rolls. He throws it to Slaughter. Slaughter going to be ridden out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It should be
wow, he marked him.
No, he hasn't marked it yet.
Okay, he's moving it up.
They're gonna
it says roll the clock.
Yeah, his forward momentum was stopped. He's going to be at the 13-yard line. Be third down. That'll end the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, we'll step aside for a commercial break. We'll be back from the Brown Higgin Air broadcast booth after this timeout.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, We'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
Bet Eufaula Early Co.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820.
We're back, Buckeye, Georgia, on a Friday night. 9:37 local time. I tell you what, we've been playing football over 2 hours now, Doug. We still got a quarter of football left. I thought this was going to be a quick game tonight, but things have really slowed down here in the second half.
Well, I didn't want to get after the officials too bad, but that was a long halftime, and they put 3 minutes back up, and allowed them to warm up. Eufaula was on the sideline for 10 minutes waiting after the 3 minutes was up on Early County, but there was no delay, but that was fine.
So 3rd down 3 for Eufaula from the 13-yard line of Early County as we get started in the fourth quarter. Cotton takes a snap. He's going to pull it down, throw it late. He throws it low. Pugh goes down and unable to corral that pass down just inside the 10-yard line, or actually it's down around the 5-yard line. On 3rd down, Doug, that was a situation where the first down was probably more important than it's 4th down. It's a possession play now after the incompletion.
Yeah, he did have one guy, but he had a blocker on him. He probably could have picked it up running, but,
Tigers are going to come in and try to run the G-line set here as Jonze comes in. I don't know. Ran for 2 yards in the first half. We have 3 yards to go here on this 4th down.
We tried to draw him off on the last play and was unsuccessful. We'll see what happens here.
And Tigers haven't run the ball here in the second half, so the Tigers have exactly 2 yards rushing for this game. It's going to be a pass play, though. Cotton comes out. He throws it. It's going to be caught in the end zone for a touchdown.
I don't think that was the intended receiver, but a great play by whoever caught it.
Antron Mitchell went up high and caught that pass, and it was complete for a touchdown with 11:14 to go in the fourth quarter
yards?
play. That was it was a 13-yard pass play. Six-play drive that covered 55 yards that time. Tigers took advantage of good field position.
Well, that was all or nothing on the 4th and 3 there, wasn't it?
Yeah. We gave a lot of ground. He threw that ball from back around the outside the 20-yard line. Kick is up. Kick is good. Tigers draw within 18. 28-10 is your new score with still quite a bit of time left. 11:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. The onus goes to the Tiger defense now to try to slow down Early County. That was a very quick drive. Tigers took over 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. They scored in a minute 37 seconds on that drive. 6 plays, 55 yards, a minute 37 on the clock. It was a Copeland Cotton to Antron Mitchell touchdown pass from 13 yards out to put the Tigers back within 3 scores. Doug, we saw the other kickoff man, Salas, down before the game getting worked on by the trainer, kind of stretching out his legs or whatever. That may be why we haven't seen him kick any of the last couple of weeks. There may be a pulled muscle of some sort or some type of lower body injury.
Yeah, they were working hamstring area also, and, on a cold night like tonight, that definitely could affect it.
There's a pooch kick that's going to come down at the 25-yard line. He's going to take it. Tony Coleman's the first Tiger to make contact. He's going to take it down at the 30-yard line. That's where Early County will start with 11:05 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Eufaula still with 3 timeouts left. So it'll be the 30-yard line. It's one of the worst starting field positions of the night. They did start from their 12 for their first possession, but they've enjoyed good starting field position most of the night, has Early County. They'll come out once again. They'll have one receiver split wide to the left, but in a very tight formation with a double wing with one back. They'll send a man in motion, and it's going to be Parker Simmons into the backfield, help from Yanze Pierre, and it'll be a 5-yard loss. Back to the 25-yard line. Caden Ingram also in on that stop for Eufaula. Parker penetrated and was in the backfield very early that time. Shot the gap. So clock continues to move, 10:30 and counting here in the fourth quarter as Early County breaks a huddle. In no hurry here. They'll snap it. They'll hand it inside, actually breaking around the left side and able to bring him down at the line of scrimmage for no gain, it looks like. Could not see the Tiger who made the tackle on the far side, but a good job stopping them for no gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 15 from the 25-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go now. That clock is really the enemy of the Tigers. That onside kick and subsequent touchdown looms large here as the Tigers would only be down by 11 had it not been for that onside, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that led to, and we didn't see what happened. Apparently it was something that was said after the extra point, but 15-yard penalty led Early County to kick the onside kick. Eufaula didn't cover it, and Early County ended up scoring and building a 28-3 lead. They hand it off up the middle this time, trying to catch the Tigers napping, and my goodness, the guy stayed on his feet. It was 3rd down and 15, and he picked up 13 yards.
I think the ball came loose.
The ball did come loose, so Tigers are going to get it. There's a flag on the field, though, at the 32-yard line. We'll see what the penalty is.
They're saying it's against the Tigers, or at least Early County is.
Well, let's wait and see what it is.
The head coach for Early County is saying, and the head official just pointed like it was a first down for Early County. I don't know how he could figure that in yet. He made a call yet. These fans are going to come unglued. He's pointing.
And the clock is running on top of that. The clock is running. Oh, this is ridiculous. Let's just go on home.
Jarrell is out to the hash marks, begging for the clock to stop. The official looks up and sees it running, and he still didn't. It stops now with 8:36.
But they slipped.
Oh, that was close to a minute. Well,
okay, let's.
He was 2 yards short of the first down. So if there's not a penalty, it can't be a first down. But he's saying 4th.
So did we not get the fumble? Did we not get the fumble or not?
I guess so. Maybe he was down. Who knows? They should have gave us $20 when we came in the gate so we could have stopped at Sister Maria and found out what was going to happen, because it's all guesswork at this point. He's not being very informative. As Jarrell, I don't know if he took a timeout to get an explanation, but he's called over the head official to get an explanation. It would be 4th and a good 2, the way they have it marked.
But
they're back to punt.
But the fact he picked up 13 yards and it looked like he fumbled at the end, then they slipped an extra 40 seconds off the clock after that happened.
And Jarrell's asking now, why can't we do something about the clock? And the officials just ignoring him walking back on the sideline. And it's running again.
So the punt's away. And we don't field it again. It's going to roll. It's going to take more time off the clock. And it's going to roll dead inside the 20-yard line. It'll finally stop with 8:23 to go. So 8:23 to go here in the fourth quarter play. Eufaula will take over 80 yards away. It looked like the Tigers are going to have the ball at the 42-yard line or 43-yard line of Early County following an apparent fumble, but that was not to be.
Yeah, we talked about coming over here and getting an early start tonight. At least we'd get home a little bit early. As I'm looking through scores, we have 8:23 to go in the fourth quarter here. Most of the games that I'm scrolling through the scores on are well into the fourth quarter, and they started at least a half hour behind us.
Cotton looking to throw. He's going to retreat. He's going to spin around and buys time, throws it down the sidelines and throws it behind the Early County players on the sidelines. Incomplete. Second down 10. That play took 9 seconds. 8:14 on the clock.
We tried to bring in a fresh ball, and the official just throws it back to our manager, and he runs back to the sideline with it. So
Cotton takes a snap, looking downfield. He's going to get late pressure. He flushes straight up in the pocket. He throws it, and it's going to be complete. Should be close to a first down. That pass complete to LaCaviante Pugh.
the first down and about a 13-yard gain the way they gave it marked.
At the 31-yard line, about 11 on that play. But it does move the chains, and it stops the clock. And they start it back, even though it was out of bounds. The clock is running again. I don't know if our coaching staff noticed that or not. The fact that it was out of bounds play and a first down, and they started the clock again. It's not the NFL. It's not college. The clock stays stopped until it's snapped again, I guess, unless Georgia's different. Pass complete to Slaughter, and he'll run out of bounds at the 40. That stops the clock with 7:29 to go. So 9 yards on that play. Makes it second down and 1 from the 40-yard line of Eufaula. There's a shotgun snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to throw it complete to Anderson. Browning Anderson. That play.
Oh!
Yeah, he stepped out right there.
I know, but he was further up than that, and that's where our coaches was pointing at the spot. Even the trainers down there pointing the spot. He got a couple of yards there. Charles was right on it with the camera that time. It'll be a first down for the Tigers.
Oh, you're right. He was further on down the field. I just looked at it on the delayed video. Cotton rolling out to the right. Going to throw it deep this time. He has a man out there, Mitchell.
Oh, come on.
They are going to throw the flag. So, Doug, how many pass attempts tonight have the Tigers attempted?
That one will be a penalty, so it really won't count, but that would be 34.
How many rushing plays have we attempted?
7.
in the fourth quarter, I don't know that I don't blame us for trying not to run here because we had zero success, 2 yards rushing in the first half. But I can never remember a game in which the Tigers didn't attempt more than 7 rushes.
That is a spot from the line of scrimmage. So instead of getting it way down the field, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Right from the 30. Dragging Slaughter across the field. Slaughter looking to try to turn the corner. It's going to be a short gain, about 3 yards on that play. A lot of running side to side, but not much on the gain. That keeps the clock in motion, 6:56 and counting here to go in the game. 28-10 is the score. Cotton takes it. He's going to throw a pass. It's going to be caught. Anderson turning up the field. He's fighting for yardage. He's going to be down to the 1 yard line or 2 yard line. That stops the clock with 6:38. Now they're going to call holding on Eufaula behind the play. Yeah. Folks, I'm glad you can see it. There's no need for us to even comment on what's going on. It's pretty obvious. They'll mark 10 yards off instead of 1st and goal from the 2 with 6:38 to go. It's a 2nd down and super long from the 43-yard line now.
That's about the 3rd time tonight we've had some penalties that's made it 2nd and 20-plus yards.
Cotton running for his life. He's going to bring it down now. He's going to throw it late. Throws it complete to Tron Mitchell. Mitchell breaks through. He's going to have a Tiger first. No, yeah, he'll have a 1st down. Somehow, a 24-yard gain on that play. Good job by Cotton just running for his life that time and finding some open field and keeping his eyes downfield, finding Mitchell and making an accurate throw. 6:10, the clock rolling with the 1st down from the 18-yard line. Cotton takes, he's going to throw it, has a man there. It's going to be Mitchell. He is, I guess the defensive back got there about the right time because he prevented Mitchell from coming up with that reception. 2nd down and 10.
6 minutes exactly on the 4th quarter clock. 28-10 is your score. Bobcats.
And there's been 2 minutes and 23 seconds taken off the clock on this possession, and the Tigers have not attempted a rush on this possession, so they've slipped a lot of time off the clock. Cotton takes, he's going to throw a fade route. Man there, Coleman, incomplete. Be 3rd and 10 now.
$265 yards passing on the night for the Tigers.
$5.57.
12 yards rushing.
5:57 to go in the game. 28-10. Washington the back behind Cotton, the quarterback. Tigers have not attempted a rush in the 2nd half. Cotton going to take it. He's going to throw it. Mitchell's there. He threw it before Mitchell made his break, and when Mitchell came out of his break, the ball was on him. It was an accurate throw, just unable to come up with the reception there down around the goal line. It'll be 4th and 10 from the 18 with 5:52 to go. 3 straight incompletions for the 4th time tonight, Doug.
Timeout, Early County. So let's take a timeout, too, from the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. We'll be back after this commercial timeout.
I have caught myself so many times.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
We're back. 4th and 10 for the Tigers from the 18-yard line. Early County stacking it up on defense. Eufaula needing this, and they're going to move.
All he had to do was get set again. He could have.
Yeah, they didn't call a penalty, so 4th and 10. Eufaula got by with one there. Cotton takes it, looking to throw. He's going to throw a pass. It's got a man there. Great catch by Browning Anderson. They're going to throw a flag on them, I believe, maybe. There's a flag on the field. Anderson with an outstanding catch. He was out of bounds, unfortunately. The pass took him out of bounds. But is this going to be holding or pass interference on Early County?
Well, as they talk about it, we'll see.
It looks like it will be. It happened outside the end zone, so that'll be half the distance to the goal. It should be 1st and goal. Eufaula from the 9.
Best comment of the night I heard from a Eufaula fan a minute ago as we moved and it didn't get called. Their coaches were upset. She hollered, you got a touchdown when you did it earlier tonight, so just hush your mouth. I couldn't help but laugh. She was spot on. So
you're right.
They're gonna mark it off against. I don't know what
it should be a 9-yard penalty. We had the 18-yard line, half the distance of goal. Should be 1st and goal from the 9.
They're gonna say 4th down over again, 4th and 1. No, he's saying 1st down.
Yeah, 1st down.
Okay. There you go. 1st and goal from the 8, maybe.
I think it's about the 9. Honestly, they got that right. If it was 18, it was not. It happened outside. If it was in the end zone, I don't know. In high school, if they do in the end zone 1st and goal from the 2 or not, they do in college. Anyway, it's 1st and goal from the 9. Cotton takes. He's going to throw the fade in the end zone. It was caught. Touchdown. Anderson. Great concentration.
Oh, and now they're going to throw a flag.
I think that's another flag on Early County.
Yeah.
So that would be a dead ball. That should be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah, it was interference, and he still caught it for the touchdown, so that one would be declined. And then it was a dead ball because apparently the Early County guy didn't agree with the flag and said something to the official. And he's got more than one of those pink flags in his pocket because we saw another one come flying.
So the Tigers go for 2 here and try to make it a 10-point game.
I think so. Jarrell's out on the field asking what, so it may be against us. I don't know. Yeah, he signaled touchdown, and everything happened after. Well, there was interference in the end zone against them.
But that we decline the interference penalty. We take the on them.
Okay.
So we would take that. So what we're going to try to do here is go for 2 and make it a 10-point game, and then kick off from their 45-yard line, try to recover the onside kick. .538 to go in the football game. 28-16 is the current score. Big
Pat!
Big Pat.
Got it!
And he got into the end zone. A tackle eligible play. And it's 28-18. Well, Doug, I've got to say, we may or may not make it all the way back in this game, but at least the Tigers have shown some fight here in the fourth quarter.
They weren't showing none in the third. It was flat. But they needed something positive. We kept saying they just got to get something good happen. And it did, and they showed some life. And it's been all through the air, which is very unusual. But, hey, whatever works. We've said it all night that the outsides were working. And that's kind of what's brought us back is these passes to the outside has been successful here in the fourth quarter. 5:38 still to go. It's a 10-point game now. All important onside kick coming up. The difference is they'll be expecting this one.
Well,
their coach went out on the field and is fussing, raising Cain about something, and they just signaled to hold up, and the head official's going over. I really don't know what he could be too upset about.
Once again, I'm gonna just keep my thoughts to myself.
Is he?
I don't know.
Waving him? No, he's telling him to get off the field. He's saying, "Go on, let's kick off."
Right.
He's ready to go.
And surprisingly, this game is going to get over about the same time we normally would get over with a game that started at 7.
Good bounce. Good bounce. Oh, we had a chance.
We had a chance. That was a good kick by Cooper Wingate. I mean, that took the big hop like you want. And
we still got 3 timeouts, so we don't have to burn them here. We just need a good defensive stand here.
It was worth the risk trying to get the onside kick there. And
again, the head official comes up and is discussing something to do with the spot or the catch or so. I don't know why every play has to be such a dramatic decision, but it's going to be 1st and 10 Bobcats at the 33-yard line.
5:37. Tigers dig in with a 5-man front. They'll run motion. They'll hand it off to the fullback. Tigers ripping at the ball. They're going to blow a quick whistle as the Tigers gang tackle him back. It's going to be no gain on the play. That keeps the clock in motion with 5:26 and counting here.
I would be, I know they're trying to run some clock, but don't be surprised. They only had 6 yards of passing at halftime, and they came out and threw for 35, 28, and then a -1 in three pass plays here in the second half. They may try to catch the Tigers trying to stop it. We're going to have to start watching the clock, Charles, because 5:26, Charles said he's got his mic kicked up when they started that. So that's 36 seconds, 38, 39, 40. There should be a delay right now.
They're going to hand it around the end, and there's some running room this time. Yanze is trying to track him down, but he's going to be very close, about a yard short of his first down. He'll get to the 42-yard line. That's a huge play there as a first down here. For all practical purposes, with the Tigers trailing by 10, just about ends the game because they could take another. Well, they spotted it back to the 41, so it's 3rd and 2. But it's going to take a big play here from the Tiger defense.
And as soon as he's down and gets up in high school, that 42nd kicks in, and they took a good 45 on the last one. This one, it looks like they're going to snap it in plenty of time.
They'll hand it off, and the Tigers step. Ball's out. Ball's out. Well, apparently it must have bounced right back to the player because Early County retains it. Will we use a timeout here? 4th down and 5 yards to go if they lost 3 on that play. We do not use a timeout.
Would have been a good spot to use one.
Clock is running with 3:30 to go.
Charles said 3:43, so they should snap this at least by 3:03. They're sitting on the punting unit now with 10 seconds left on what should be without it being a delay.
Do you see an official on the field keeping a watch, keeping a stopwatch? I don't either.
There it is. That's 40 seconds there. 44 seconds. Still 50. 51 seconds.
The ball's going to go out of bounds. No, it doesn't. It looked like it would, but it did not. 2:43.
Well, all they got to do is get down and score and have some time left. They're going to have to get an onside kick anyway. But with 3 timeouts, if you score real quick here, you can use your 3 timeouts on them on running it. You could kick it deep. A lot of scenarios, but the Tigers have to put the ball in the end zone.
Well, like I said, it was worth the risk of trying to kick the onside kick because the possibility of getting it, especially as good as Cooper does on that. But, Doug, if we had kicked it deep and tried to pin them deep, we might have the ball up around midfield here. Cotton takes it. He's rolling to his right. He's going to throw it down deep. He's going to throw it nearly intercepted. He overshot his intended receiver, Mitchell, and fortunately for the Tigers, it was too hot for the defensive back, and it's incomplete with 2:38 to go.
Clock stops with 2:38. 28-18 is the score here. Bobcats lead.
Pair of receivers either side. One back, Washington in the backfield with Cotton. Tigers been down 2 running backs tonight. Cotton throws it late. Has a man there. Not quite accurate enough for Anderson to come up with. It'll be 3rd and 10 with 2:31 on the clock. Ball is at the 25-yard line of Eufaula. Kind of hard to throw an accurate pass, Doug, when you're running wide open. And Cotton's been running like that most of the night.
Anderson's going to go wide right. He's going to be in a slot position to the right. He is a favorite target of Cotton in situations like this.
3rd and 10. These receivers are going to sleep good tonight. They've run a lot tonight. 3rd and 10. Cotton drops back. He's going to scramble once again to the right. He throws it, and it's incomplete. So 4th and 10. 3 straight incompletions for the 5th time tonight.
And going back to the last drive, it's actually 6 in a row incomplete passes. Actually,
no, we threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I missed that.
Last hurrah. 2:24 to go here in the 4th. Eufaula trails by 10. Cotton's going to throw it. Man's there. It's caught. Good for a Tiger first down. It's complete up to the 39-yard line. Tigers needed 10. They picked up 15. Tigers with still some life. 2:19 on the clock. As the Tigers took over with 2:38 to go. Yanze Pierre is in at a wide receiver. Split wide to the left. He's in the middle receiver. Anderson shifts into the backfield with Cotton. Cotton's going to pull it down now. He's going to roll out.
Oh, 2 flags, and our guy was on the ground. He didn't. I did not see holding. Our guy, the only guy in the area, was actually slipped and was on the ground. I don't see.
Yeah, he slipped. I just watched the replay and did not see a hold. But Fred down there, he thought it was a good idea to throw a pink flag.
2 minutes and 6 seconds from making it, Keith.
Yeah. Yep, they marked it back to the 21-yard line. So the Tigers are snapping it from the 39, so that's an 18-yard penalty. 2:06. Let's just make that hill a little steeper to climb. Cotton's going to throw a screen. It's complete to Washington. Washington, Big Pat laid out, did a blindside block. And
I think Washington thought he was getting the first down, but he actually ran out of bounds at the first original marker, so we're still about 9 yards short of the first down.
Yep. You know, the bad thing about it is he could have cut hard back inside, and the pursuit had already overran him. He'd have had a bigger play if he'd have taken it. It's second down and 8, though, after the 20-yard game. 1:58 on the clock. After they slipped that extra time off the clock earlier, they pretty much so stopped it like they should here lately. There's a snap. Cotton looking to throw. He's going to throw it down the middle. Going down low was Browning Anderson, unable to corral that low throw. It'll be 3rd and 8. Yeah, I tell you what, Doug, when they watch film tomorrow afternoon, that previous play going out of bounds there just past the sticks, I agree with you. I think he thought that was a first down, and it was not. 3rd and 8, 1:52 to go, 28-18, Tigers trail. There's a pass. Anderson, great reception.
Catch.
Great catch down at the 45-yard line of Early County. Play picks up 13 yards and a Tiger first down. I tell you what, Browning Anderson has been limping here for the last quarter or so. He is just showing a lot of character, a lot of guts out there to continue to play and run and come up with receptions like that.
There's been so many penalties tonight, which I'm not sure that it's 100%, but after about 48 passes, Cotton's got about 314 yards.
He is running again. He bought himself a lot of time. He's going to throw it late. Has a man there. It's going to be Tron Mitchell. Touchdown! Touchdown, Tigers from 45 yards out with 1:34 on the clock. The Tigers are going to pull within 3 if they kick the extra point. And do you go for 2 here, Doug, or do you kick the extra point? I think they're going to. I already see Cooper Wingate in the game. He's going to kick the extra point. Anderson is being helped off the field. We talked about it a play back, how he has just laid it all out there for the Tigers tonight. And, yeah, Branning's going to have to go out because the trainer went out there to get him. But Cooper Wingate's on the field. You don't want to have to use a timeout here, Doug. But, of course, you know, they haven't called a delay all night.
I was going to say nobody's keeping time. He just set the clock, the head official, so you've got plenty of time, and we seem to be rushing for no reason here.
Kicks up. The Tigers have come back 22 unanswered points here in the fourth quarter after trailing 28-3.
And they did find some cojones from somewhere, and I said it, but the offense has started throwing the ball to the outside. It opened up the middle. The defense has been able to stop them. They pull within 3, 1:34. Still have 3 timeouts.
What about the 1 to 2 minutes that were slipped off the clock here in the second half with the running clock?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have that, then there's
and the
probably
bad part
3:34 to go, and it's totally different.
Jarrell run out on the field after they had stood out there and discussed something a long time, close to a minute. And the official looked up and saw it running, and it stopped. And then once they finished discussing everything else and he asked him about the clock, he just ignored him and let it go. Now, credit, there still was, around 8 minutes to go in the game at that time, 7, 8 minutes. But that's crucial here.
Well, you even mentioned it earlier. There was a time in the third quarter when it was running, and you said at this point it doesn't much matter, but later it may, and later is here.
I'll wait till after this kick, but Important extra. They have too many men up on. Oh, no, you can have 6. I'm sorry, you can. Good bounce. Tiger got it. He got it, and it did go 10 yards. It did go 10 yards.
Floyd got the kick that time. Boy, this would be some kind of comeback if the Tigers are able to.
Their coach is begging, saying it didn't go 10. The official's coming across.
It did. I just watched on the replay.
It did. It was across the 50. He's got his hand up to his chest like it did not go 10 yards. Folks, that one did go 10 yards. He was jumped up and touched it right in the 5 on the 50, which is across. The one official on the far side, way over there, and their coach is begging, saying it didn't, but it did. That guy cannot make that call
from
35 yards over on the other side of the field when there was 2 officials right over here closer to it. The official here on this side seems like he's saying it did go.
Yes,
and they're saying Tiger ball, that's a correct call.
1:32, the Tigers have 3 timeouts remaining. This would be, Doug, the best comeback that I can ever remember.
You know, 3 years ago when we were over here, it was like a tennis match up and back and forth, and a couple of times you just thought the Tigers was out of it. Tonight, the Tigers just acted like they were asleep. They didn't care, but they've shown fire coming back, and this could be what they need going into the playoffs.
28-3, the Tigers trailed heading into the 4th quarter. They have it. They have it at the 48-yard line of Early County. 1:32 on the clock.
Do not get a holding call here.
Cotton calls forward, takes a snap. Going to throw a screen pass to Washington. Washington is down the sidelines. He is still on his feet. He almost went all the way. He is down to the 20-yard line. We couldn't see, Doug, because of the tent right here.
Yeah,
but
close to knock. I thought
he's inside the 20, down around the 17-yard line. Oh, that play only took 10 seconds off the clock. Tigers with plenty of time here at the 18-yard line. I think this is a gassed Early County defense. They've been chasing Cotton around all night long. A lot of these players play both ways, and Eufaula has it 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line with 3 timeouts and 1:22 on the clock. Going to hand it off to Washington this time. He is almost, it was a good play call. He almost got through, a 2-yard gain. Clock continues to run.
Tigers take a timeout. I know maybe there you was thinking, well, no, I guess they were just trying to catch him off guard. Keith, I'll be glad to say it. You know, the Tigers were acting like they were out of it. They didn't look good. It seems like we've been up for all the big games this year. The games that you come in, you feel pretty good about, that you think you ought to take care of. We've stunk it up on some of them. We didn't look good, but it was just a couple of good offensive plays coming back. The Tigers were, you know, I was saying warm up the bus because it was not looking good. We couldn't get a call. The Tigers have really pull together and come back, and this could be what you need going into the playoffs.
And overcome a lot of adversity. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, think about all the penalties that were like 17, 18-yard holding penalties.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
How many times did we have 2nd and 20-something?
And one of those times it would have been 1st and goal at the 2, and we ended up having it all the way back at the 42-yard line. And we still scored a touchdown on that possession. So 2nd down and 8 yards to go from the 15-yard line. 2 timeouts remain for Eufaula. 1:11 on the clock. They trail by 3, 28 to 25. Almost in field goal range to send it in overtime if they can't convert. But the Tigers are thinking touchdown here. Cotton takes it. He's going to throw a pass. It's going to be complete to Pugh. It's going to go for no gain. No gain on the play. It's going to keep the clock. No, they're going to call a timeout. Tigers going to use another timeout. Remember, the Tigers scored on 4th down from the 13-yard line earlier. 4th and.
Well, I heard the coaches up here a minute ago say, remember a field goal ties it, remember a field goal ties it. Hey, the way you were pumping it down the field, keep going, you know.
Well, I know we're not playing for a field goal because you never want to put it on a kicker. Just look at this past Saturday, or you look at what Missouri did against Auburn.
And to be honest, this is really, you know, Wingate's young. freshman, I guess.
Freshman, yeah.
He's a lot stronger than he was last year. He continues to get better, but this would really be
this is right on the
pushing his
edge of it
distance,
because,
yeah.
I mean, that play right there, field a gain, so it's 3rd and 8 from the 15-yard line. The Tigers, after that screen pass, they picked up big yardage down and had it 1st down and 10 from the 17. They've gone 2 yards in 2 plays and burned 2 timeouts. So these last 2 plays, it looked like Early County was on the ropes, but the Tigers quit throwing it at the outside. We've tried a couple of different.
I look for us to spread it on one of those first 2 downs and maybe run a quarterback draw with Cotton, but we haven't done that. Now the ball's on the right hash mark. Minute and 3 seconds to go. Tigers trail by 3, 28-25. It's a 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
Third and 8. Cotton takes it. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw it in the end zone. There's Anderson. He was held. They're going to throw the holding call. That gives the Tigers a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers.
Their coach is livid out there. They've got a player that has to come out now. He took his helmet off, threw it down. Number 24. We'll see if they make him go out of the game. That was
apparently not. He's hiding back there with his head down now. But 58 seconds on the clock. The Tigers still with 1 timeout. At the very least, the Tigers should have a 1st down at the 7.5-yard line. I don't know if in high school football, if in the end zone, if it moves it to the 2, but at the very least, it should be half the distance to the goal. It should be 1st and goal from the 7.5. Tigers throwing the football have plenty of time still on the clock.
Well, where the 1st down would have come, if it's half the distance, that would be a 1st down. But there's an awful lot of discussion
going on. A defensive holding or interference, I think, carries an automatic 1st down. So they're marking it off. It's going to be all the way down to the 5-yard line. They marked off 10 yards. So I don't think that's correct, but it's going to be 1st and goal Tigers from the 5, just inside the 5-yard line. Tigers, 1st and goal from just inside the 5-yard line. 58 seconds on the clock. They trail by 3, 28-25. They trail by 25 points earlier in this quarter. It was 28-3 to start the 4th quarter.
I'm surprised we didn't go G-line, but they're telling them to hurry up. But, there hadn't been a delay all night long.
I think people are antsy down here.
Yeah.
Now throw a fade in the end zone. It's going to be Mitchell. Touch! No, they said incomplete.
Mitchell jumped up and said he caught it.
It's all the way across the field from us. It's on the Early County side.
Sure said he caught that ball.
Yeah. Forgot to look at the replay. We don't have control over that. We're just on a delay. And Tigers, they say incomplete. Looked like he caught it from here.
We sent 3 big guys in. I think we're going to the G line here, Keith. We're going to huddle up close to the line of scrimmage and try to catch them off guard. But Early County's all bunched up. They know it's coming.
Do we dare run the ball here? They got Nick Floyd in at running back.
He's close. If he's not, he looks like he's in.
They spotted him short. Tigers say he's in.
No, you got 40s. You got time. 40 seconds. Let them spot the ball. Let's don't wait forever. Jarrell calls him over. I don't know why. Get back out there and run. Just run it up the gut. 30 seconds is plenty of time. You got a timeout. At this point, just don't leave them no time.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's a problem.
Oh, my goodness. He initially was stopped, but he fell across. He's in. He's in.
Timeout.
Stop the clock if you don't know if it's in or not. We've got a guy begging for a timeout. The clock is still running. Stop the clock. We're begging for a timeout. My goodness.
And they did not give him the touchdown.
He was stopped initially, then he drove forward. His knees looked like it was on. No, that's not him getting up now, but he was in.
Well, it's going to be 4th and goal. This is the last play of the game either way, Doug.
Well, it's fourth down,
it doesn't matter, though, because it's 4th down, so the Tigers either score a touchdown here and win the football game or they don't, and it's less than a yard away. It was good. This was going to be the final play either way,
you can
Charles.
kick a field goal and go for overtime,
Absolutely
but when you got it this close, you just got to you are at a place that let's just put it this way. You're going to have to
It's got to be a no doubter,
yes.
a no doubter, and look for a potential flag if we do.
Yeah, don't be surprised if there's a motion or I don't know. We've had some. I don't want to say calls go our way. The calls have been correct the last couple of minutes on several things, so I'm not going to knock that. But hey, any offense anywhere, if you say, hey, we're going to give you the ball at the 1 foot line, one play, you either win or you don't. You're going to take that chance, and you're going to try to push it in.
Nick jumps pretty well. He's gone over the top before. So, So, 4th and goal. The Tigers have come all the way back from trailing 28-3 in the 4th quarter. It's been a valiant comeback.
These officials have been in a huddle the whole time out. I'm just hoping they've got their.
You just hope for a good snap here. And
well, they're guarding the middle, that's for sure.
Don't do anything fancy.
What the?
Touchdown! Tigers! Jose Pierre all the way back. No flag.
Holy cow! I would have lost the house. Woo!
Yeah, I never would have thought we'd have thrown the ball there.
Yeah,
the Tigers win. Tigers win. What a comeback, folks. What a comeback.
Exactly what the Tigers need, because they have really, I don't want to say degressed, but they hadn't improved a lot the last couple of weeks. Now with this momentum, they got a week off to work on a few things. That is exactly what the Tigers need going into the playoffs.
Doug, I'm glad I witnessed this. That's the best comeback that I've seen calling these Eufaula games in 28 years.
I'll be honest with you, I'd give up on them. They act like they had give up on their self, and I was about ready to load up and go because it did not look good. But a valiant effort by the Tigers to come back and pull one out on the last play of the game.
I tell you what, I don't know how many people stayed with us tonight, but what a comeback. I really thought we'd lose most of our audience there in the 3rd quarter, Doug. After that onside kick, and they punched it in, they scored so easy. They scored the first 3 times they touched the football in the 3rd quarter to take the 28-3 lead. And then the Tigers turned it on offensively. It wasn't pretty. There was a lot of penalties, whether they were justified or not, but found a way to win. What a comeback.
Yeah,
and recovered an onside kick. 2 onside kick recoveries in this game, 1 for each team.
And doing it on the road, some calls had to go your way and stuff. And when they got the calls against them, when things didn't go the way they needed them to go, it looked like they were just, I don't want to say giving up, but they were down 28 to, was it 3?
28 to 3
in the third, late in the 3rd quarter, and it was not. We couldn't do anything right. Finally, they just needed something positive to happen. They kept throwing the ball because that's what was working, and they kept working with it. They would get a penalty. It would be 2nd and 25. They overcame it. Kept overcoming. They just kept fighting, and it took a full 48 minutes, but the Tigers get it done.
Yeah, folks, if you stayed with us and listened to it, it might be worth going back and watching this game in its entirety, because there were so many things that happened, so much adversity in this game between the penalties, everything that happened, the onside kick recovery for them, falling behind by that kind of score, just penalties that erased big plays for us. That took. I mean, I just don't remember a situation where this has got to be this has got to be the biggest comeback for Eufaula High School, at least in the last 40 years, maybe ever. 25-point comeback.
And on video, it was great.
In the 4th quarter,
I got to be honest. I felt that apple in my throat when he rolled out to throw the ball there, and he was under some adversity. But a great job.
And a great catch by Janza.
Oh, exactly, yes.
Good throw by Cotton. And, Doug, but not only is it a 28-point comeback, it was 25-point comeback in the fourth quarter.
And look at the Tigers. That's exactly. I can't say it enough. They've been down. They played Rehoboth. They didn't look good. They didn't get any votes for top 10 this week, which was unusual in the state after the Rehoboth thing. They come out here tonight. They didn't look good at all. They needed something good to happen. This is something they believe in themselves now, and that's what they needed.
That's right. I mean, we see more enthusiasm out of the Tigers right now than we've seen in the last 3 weeks. I agree completely. This was exactly what the doctor ordered. Now an off week to kind of heal your wounds, hopefully get a couple of players back. Your 2 running backs have been out. Hopefully they're back for the playoffs.
Linemen over the flu, get healthy.
So
because it's a big task. I don't care. And we had a score earlier. It was 20-6, and then it was 20-14. UMS Wright was trailing Faith. And that's a 9-team region down there, and there's some crazy things that can happen. We were told it's going to be Faith. Jarrell talked about it last night. We don't know, folks. We'll let you know next week. You'll know. It may go down to they may have to play the final game next week before it's determined if they have a 3-way tie. So we don't know, but I can tell you this: we're going to see one of 3 darn good ball teams come out of Mobile, but. This is exactly what Tigers did. I think they'll give them a game.
No doubt. This quarter certainly changed the complexion of the end of the season because the Tigers had not played good for 11 quarters for the most part. 11 quarters going back to the beginning of the Charles Henderson game. But what a finish. What a fourth quarter here in Blakely, Georgia. The Tigers race a 28-3 deficit. They come back to win 31-28 in regulation, scoring on the game's final play on a touchdown pass. Officially, it'll be a 1-yard pass from Copeland Cotton to Yanze Pierre to complete the comeback. 28 unanswered points by the Tigers in the fourth quarter to win 31-28. Doug, any more comments?
I'm sorry, I doubted them.
Yeah, I doubted them too. I think there were here 300-400 Tiger fans, I believe, probably doubted them as well. And a lot of the Blakely people left in the fourth quarter. A lot of the people left. They're going to be surprised when they hear that their Bobcats ended up losing this football game. So, anyway, for Charles Irvin, Doug Apple, and I'm Keith Bryan. I hope you all enjoyed the game, at least the fourth quarter. We'll be with you 2 weeks from tonight for the first round of the playoffs, November 4th from Tiger Stadium. It'll be the Tigers and the third seeded team out of the region number 1 out of Mobile. And it'll be the coaches show 6 o'clock from Chick-fil-A 2 weeks from last night, November 3rd. Until then, we wish you a good night and a great weekend. Go Tigers.